That song reminds me of Headstrong by Trap. What a great song that is, by the way. By the way, every song that I play on the intro and outro are all the same artist, Nifx. Every single song that you hear, the rap and the rock, are all Nifx. The same artist. It's kind of insane. Let's see. What the hell is this thing? Oh, what the hell is that thing? How we doing today, boys? We ready to get it? We ready to have some fun? Man, it's Saturday. I feel so good compared to yesterday, man. That acid reflux, I thought it would never fuck off. I had a big ass, container of ice cream. And then I had some pho that I drowned it with. And, man, I feel great this morning. I feel great. Oh! Yes, sir! Yo, what? He's got a little rat. He's got a little mouse. This looks like a really, really weird game. You may be asking yourself, are you fast forwarding it because he's got something in his hands that I'm not going to say the name of? Yes, that's why. I think the idea behind this is really good. I like the island builder games. Oh, that's crazy. Keep the light on. Sure, tiles. I like the idea behind that. Oh, I'm gonna play the Shark Dentist at some point. I want to play it. This game looks great.
To the clinic where screams are drowned out by the roar. Hi, it's Alice Games, developers and publishers of Shark Dentist game. Welcome to the clinic where screams are drowned out by the roar of the trio. Shark Dentist isn't just another horror roguelike. It's the ultimate test of your nerves. Powered by Unreal
Damn, somehow they managed to make this into a roguelike? That's crazy.
Engine 5, we've built what may be the most detailed 3D shark ever created. Every glint on its slick skin, every vein pulsing through its gums, all designed to immerse you in raw, primal terror. This isn't just an enemy, it's a living engine of pain. We've pushed the core gameplay to the limit. Procedurally generated cavities, infections, and debuffs ensure that no two runs ever feel the same. Every session is unpredictable. Every mistake is personal. You'll be walking a razor's edge, a syringe of anesthesia in one hand, a rotary saw in another. Cut away the growth, but don't push the predator's pulse past its breaking point. Because once you do, it's not just game over. Resources are scarce, pressure is constant, and failure comes at a cost. We've implemented a brutal fatality system, highly detailed cinematic death sequences triggered when you lose the battle against the shark's rising stress. They're not just punishment, they're a reminder of what you're up against. In our clinic, the patient is always right, especially when it wants to eat you. Do you have what it takes to finish the job and make it out of the jaws alive? Shark Dentist is going to be released later this year, so wishlist, subscribe, and stay tuned.
Totally gonna play this. This game looks awesome. That's a new one. Haven't seen that one yet. Haven't seen that death animation. She got her head crushed by a table. Street Fighter, that's a show. Oh, this just does not look good. I'm sorry. This doesn't look good at all.
Come get some.
This looks like the old Cartoon Network cartoons, man. I'm sorry, the old Cartoon Network games. They used to have a website where you would go and play like thousands of Cartoon Network games that were all based on like the cartoons. That's what this reminds me of. What the fuck is this? What the hell is this? This looks kind of cool. Huh. Oh, is it just a costume for the character? That looks disgusting, dude. What the fuck? Ew. What is this? Whoa, what is this? This looks sick. Wait, what did that say? War of the Worlds what? War of the Worlds, the Worlds. War of the Worlds. Siberia.
Я помню последний день старого мира. Город жил обычной жизнью, а потом небо рухнуло на землю. Адские машины оказались неуязвимы для земного оружия.
Значит, царь готовится бежать.
Похоже на то. Я хотел пробраться на один из вокзалов. Уцелел разве что Жемайский.
Вокзалы были переполнены. Люди бежали куда угодно, лишь бы подальше от обреченных и
Yo, this looks good.
Здесь ни документов обещанных, ни продовольствия. Все выгреб.
Куда же идти предлагаете?
В Сибирь.
Воцарился хаос. Итак, господин нигилист, почему вы столь настойчивы в своем стремлении убить меня?
Моя семья умерла с голоду, пока ваша плясала на балах.
This looks really good.
Мы мечтали уничтожить старый мир. И он был уничтожен. Только не нами.
What? That's cool. That's really cool, by the way.
We had to start to think about the world building a little bit differently.
There are a lot of intricate environments for the player to explore.
Where to go from here? We want to burst that bubble.
How's it
The
going,
setting
Nathan?
in the first Control game was unique.
How's it going, user?
Place in a single building, which was part of the point, right? Like that it feels like a secluded, separate space from the rest of the world. You feel like you're in this kind of a bubble, isolated from normal life and familiar things, and so you're within a lockdown. And having this sense of isolation in the first game was crucial. And we had this brutalistic architectural style that was like a key part of the visual DNA of the building and so on. And we had this bureau that was backwards leaning in its kind of a presence and so on. So it was this kind of a strange yet familiar kind of a bubble that you're in. And of course, as creators, when we think about like where to go from here, we want to burst that bubble, right? Like, you know, the lockdown falls apart and we get exposed with the normal world.
Manhattan has been shaped and twisted into a labyrinth, so there are a lot of intricate environments for the player to explore, similar to Control 1, so there's still quite a lot of interesting stuff for the player to find.
I bet this new Control game is going to be sick.
Also introduced a couple of new types of narrative collectibles for the players to find. One is audio logs, where as you're listening to the audio log, you can continue parkouring around the city, exploring and finding other stuff. We also have given...
There's landmines?
Stuff.
Bro,
they
just put landmines in the street?
Have given
those are vehicle mines.
Which he can use to call up his handler Zoe to report interesting things he sees around the city.
So in Control, brutalism was at the core of the experience because of the oldest house, naturally. And in Control Resonant, we really had to make sure that from a world-building point of view, we have this mundane and grounded and believable and lived-in baseline in the world in order
that looks
for
insane.
the paradox to really shine. It's very important for us, specifically when doing concepting and visual exploration.
Just imagine if they had like an AI engine integrated into this that made it to where every time you turn a street corner, it looked like every time the world generates, it generates in like a roguelike scenario, but it was all generated by AI. Man, what a time it'd be to live in.
Not to look at reference from other video games. There's easily this tendency where AAA games start to all gravitate towards this aesthetic singularity and nobody's taking risks and everything starts to resemble each other. So looking at reference from art exhibitions or film and TV or scientific visualizations or nature, if it helps us...
I have seen those. Those things are crazy looking.
New, fresh takes into this singularity. I feel like it's going to be worth it. And
Are you talking about the actual like tree? Like they're like a type of seed that falls from a tree.
We'll appreciate it as well.
And they like explode. They send the offspring everywhere.
It was Manhattan, but it has been taken over by a paranatural force that may or may not have been in the first game. Might be something completely new. We actually have multiple factions in this game, so there are some zones where you can find all of these factions from. I think all the zones in the game, but how much of these factions have presence in each zone that differs.
Now that things are flooding from the oldest house into the Manhattan, we had to start to think about the world building a little bit differently. So now it's not just FBC holding on and trying to gain control, but it's more of a world, a lived-in world that has a history of its own already, and there are different factions that are basically trying to gain control in our world.
For the enemies in Control Resonant, we definitely heard the feedback and tried to address the feedback we got for Control. So this time around, we have way more creatures than we did before. One of the enemies that we, for example,
I don't think I have seen that then. I don't think I have seen that, the pedal mine.
A little bit of challenge for the animation team of what can you actually do with this bus when you have limited controls on it. A lot of his enemies.
Oh, I have seen that.
They are creatures,
no, I've seen that.
We still have used mocap actor.
Looks like a little boomerang.
Some of the enemies, and we have one mocap actor so freaking amazing, nailing down his twitching and glitching. So Tuomas Nilsson, he's our go-to guy when it comes to his enemies that can be mocapped.
His and Mold are there, but of course we're introducing a lot of new things as well. And it's a fun layering of familiar things, but definitely facing new challenges.
What? Wait. What is that? Control mailing list to unlock exclusive items at launch. Huh.
Sometimes, dear viewer,
y'all
even
think
the best of us can be
y'all
wrong
think the
enough.
new Resident Evil movie's gonna be good? Y'all think it's gonna be good? I don't think it's gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna hit right.
Predictions, like a
That's
couple
my
of
honest
weeks
opinion.
back
I don't
when
think it's gonna
looked
be
at the
very good.
premise and you know.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be very
sometimes, dear
good.
viewer, even the best of us can
Check
be
out
wrong
Critical Drinker, Critical Drinker.
in our predictions, like a couple of weeks back when I looked at the premise and everything Zach Kreger had said about his new take on Resident Evil. I predicted it would probably be a decent action horror movie, but a bad Resident Evil film, because by his own admission, it's got almost nothing to do with the story, characters, or events of the games.
I like to think that, you know, everything that's going on in the police station could be happening in this world. This is just another dude on another.
I did think that the Weapons movie was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was really good.
Mission on the other side of town and like what's going on with him. So yeah, I mean, it's not canon.
Barbarian was really good too.
The characters, but it's canon in that it lives in the actual, you know, day of reckoning in Raccoon City.
Right.
And now that I've seen the first teaser trailer, soaked up the mood, the protagonist, and the overall look and feel of this film, I'll admit that my opinion is completely stayed exactly the same.
Sorry about that, babe.
Now,
It hasn't changed.
Like a zombie that's just taken a shotgun blast to the groin, I want to make a couple of things clear. I've got nothing against Zach Kreger as a director. I thought Weapons was one of the most interesting and fun horror movies I've seen in a good long while, and Barbarian is top of my list of films I haven't watched yet but absolutely plan to. And as a general principle, I've got nothing against experimenting with different ideas and telling new stories in long-running franchises. In fact, it can and even should be done from time to time to keep things fresh and interesting. But stuff like that works best when you've got a solid, established base to build. Mila Jovovich movies from the 2000s started out okay, I guess, if slightly goofy, before descending into
Yeah, I thought that the original Resident Evil films were fine, but they slowly over time became more and more like, dude, really? Like towards the end of it, it was just so garbo. The last few Resident Evil films were just straight up garbage.
And mutating into something that was barely even recognizable as Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City was a noble but failed attempt to mesh the plots of the first two games into one film that was just let down by crap act. And as for whatever the hell Netflix decided to inflict on the world...
Oh my god!
It's awful!
Fuck off, show. All of this is to say that telling some obscure, self-contained side story to the main narrative is a neat little idea as long as the main narrative has been properly established already. Because why try to improve on something that's already been done and done well? But that's the real problem here. It hasn't, and everyone knows it. Despite a quarter of a century of trying, nobody in Hollywood's been able to properly crack Resident Evil, and in a lot of ways, it feels like Zach Kreger isn't really trying to solve that problem with his own movie. He's
Kung
just
Fu Hustle is great.
My rule for,
That's a great
for this
film
movie
too.
was to just try and make a movie that felt like my experience of playing the games, that could live in the world of Resident Evil. So this, I feel like this movie takes place alongside the events of Resident Evil 2.
He's telling his own
I'll say that you're part of the few that like all of the Resident Evil movies.
contained story that just so happens to be set in the Resident Evil universe, which means he's able to avoid all those pesky comparisons to the games, because there's none to be drawn here. Oh, Zach, you crafty man, you. I mean, I'll at least say that as a generic horror movie, I do like the look and feel of this teaser. There's a nice foreboding atmosphere of tension and dread. There's some interesting horror imagery. What shall I put in this scene? I don't know, bunch of arms and legs, I guess.
That's creepy.
It feels more like a supernatural horror than the kind of bioweapons gone rogue you'd expect from Resident Evil, but let's not get too hung up on that. There's a lone protagonist who's clearly way out of his depth, which does at least echo the isolation of PvE survival horror gameplay. Also have a few other questions that popped into my mind while watching this, like, this movie's supposed to be set during the Raccoon City outbreak, right? Which happens in September. So, like, why is it snowing? Why are the streets so empty when there should be zombies wandering around everywhere? I mean, Raccoon City's got a population. Is there an
I'm not gonna lie, this had way more of the you-know-what than I thought it would.
Like I say, I think and hope that Zach Kreger's Resident Evil will turn out to be an entertaining horror flick that stands on its own merits. But as for redeeming Resident Evil on the big screen, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna hold my breath with this one.
Right.
Anyway,
Wait,
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna hold my breath with this one.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't think it's gonna be very good. I just don't think it's gonna be very good at all. I don't see it. I really just don't see it.
Today, and I immediately wrote it off as just being a joke. I assumed that it came from like Ballsack Sports or something, that they just sacked me, and I wasn't going to fall for it. It was GameStop attempting to buy eBay.
Honestly, I don't think I'd be against that. Not gonna lie.
So I saw that earlier. I was like, fiddlesticks. Not clicking on that. Not falling for that baloney. But now I've seen that it's actually real. Apparently, GameStop is tinkering around with the notion of making an offer to buy eBay. GameStop, yeah, that GameStop that you probably haven't stepped foot in fucking 10 years, covered in cobwebs and Funko Pops. That GameStop, that entity, is looking to try and make an offer to buy eBay.
Charlie's alright. I don't like his political views, but other than that, he's pretty good.
You can get the cold hard numbers here. eBay is
a lot of people are starting to hate him because, like, the algorithm has favored him for so long. Whenever you have somebody being thrown up on your screen constantly, people tend to not like that.
4 times larger than GameStop. eBay could literally little bro GameStop just putting their hand on their forehead as they do this. Like, it's not even close. It's like a very interesting notion here. And I understand the way that businesses can be structured and the way that these kind of offers can be made is a little bit different. So sometimes smaller entities can make offers to purchase larger ones. Usually that incurs some level of debt and a heavy load bearing, but like there are wacky ways of working it. But I don't see why you'd ever do that. Like if eBay's fielding those kind of offers seriously, man, I'll fucking throw my hat in there. I'll give them $20 or something, I guess. Like, I'll start playing around with it. Like, this is... GameStop trying to buy eBay is like if my local fucking record store decided, you know what? We'll throw a hat in the ring as well. It's just so odd. But the more I look into it, the more I see that they are serious about this, at least based on what's reported at the moment. Now, their CEO, Ryan Cohen, aka...
like, I could see eBay trying to, like, the CEO of eBay just trying to get rid of the company so he can retire. Like, so if he has to take something at a loss just to be able to retire after living a lavish lifestyle, like, it's not like the guy's broke. The guy's already a multimillionaire. Like, what does it matter? he could easily sell eBay and still live like he never sold it. It doesn't make a difference whether he owns eBay or not. I could see why GameStop would throw their hat in the ring. Why not? If you don't try, you'll never know. I perfectly understand why GameStop would try. It makes sense.
The Crusader of Cringe, he has a genius idea to try and increase GameStop's market value more than tenfold by trying to sweep in here and really butter them up and buy them out. Shares of eBay have a market cap of about $46 billion and actually soared 14% in extended
That's a
trading
shitload of money.
GameStop gained 4% and they have a market value of nearly $12 billion. eBay fucking mogs GameStop. It's not even close. They Gangnam Style on that ass. And GameStop is just a joke of a company. They are literally only around because they had the meme stock pump, the legendary, biblical, historic GME.
Yeah, I completely missed that entire thing. Apparently, like, GameStop, like, somebody tried to pump and dump GameStop in stocks and stuff. I had no idea what was going on with that.
Pump. Hats off to deep fucking value there, because otherwise they would already be buried in the dirt. And no one goes to GameStop except for TCG product now, because all of these fucking parasitic scalpers, these brain-rotted fucking worms, infiltrate everything like a plague that even smells like there might be Pokemon there. So GameStop does get some people in the door for that. But outside of it, they haven't been able to actually do anything to save the business. No one's buying games there. They get terrible deals when it comes to trade-ins and shit. Basically, everything a business could do, GameStop does poorly, so most people don't shop there, and they haven't for a very long time. They've tried to just diarrhea blast everything into GameStop to try and get people through the door. So far, TCG is the only thing that's worked, but they tried with Funko Pops and like collectibles and figurines and stuff, but no one's shopping at GameStop, and they're certainly not going there for games. And you bet your sweet pippy ain't no one trading shit in at GameStop, because that's worthless.
Well, yeah, they completely ruined their trade-in value. It's garbage now. There's nothing worse than whenever you trade a game to GameStop, then you end up having to pay more just to get it back. Like, I understand the like, oh, well, the resale value, yeah, but whenever you took someone's game for like 50 cents and then you sell it for like $1, bro, like, fuck off with that resale shit. Fuck off.
Really walk through their door with the Ark of the Covenant and they'd give you $12 in store credit for it.
Or $5. It'd be like $1 to $5, honestly. It's more in the range.
Like, everything about GameStop is just a full-blown meme. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the offer they're making to eBay is like $5 billion, but $30 billion in store credit. Come on, you ready to sign? Now, according to the reporting, GameStop has quietly been building a stake in eBay's shares ahead of this offer. And apparently, if eBay is not receptive, Ryan is going to take the offer directly to the company's shareholders. Obviously, all the details aren't publicly known yet, but this article does make a mention that this is kind of a rare maneuver here. For a public company to target one nearly 4 times its size, deals such as this rely on heavy debt, stock insurance, or both, banking on future earnings of the combined company to justify the cost. Now, from eBay's perspective, this sounds like a brain-dead idea, because there is nothing GameStop brings to this deal that helps improve eBay in any way. Everything GameStop
What does it matter? Who cares about it? It already happened. It's done and over with. Who gives a fuck? No one cares. We're talking about what's going on with eBay and GameStop right now. Keep living in the past. Maybe one day you'll see the future.
Is turning to ass. They've got the cheese touch. They have the mid-ass touch, which is something I've said before. Literally, they are an example of how not to run a business. They have been in a spiral for so long and are only kept alive because of a meme. Like, they are not doing well. TCG has been the only thing that's been any level of successful for them, and it's just because TCGs in general have blown up fucking everywhere across the board. It's been just full-blown hysteria. And GameStop, I personally believe...
We got cockroaches in the chat, guys. I didn't think I'd have to be doing the votes this early, but you know what? Chat's always hungry. So, Buddy is talking to a pre-recorded video. This doesn't look very pre-recorded. What a bozo. That's crazy. I warned P probably to be careful. We pull people up in this chat. And now you're on the chopping block for everybody. Just let Moist tell it. At least he has receipts. What receipts? He hasn't showed a single thing on screen yet. He hasn't showed a single fucking thing. Nor... It doesn't seem like he does at all, actually. Oh, no, here we go. We got some. 5 minutes into the video. Out of a 9... Oh. There's 2. There's 3. What are we gonna do with this guy? What are we gonna do with him? We gonna ban him? We gonna get him out of here? What are we doing with this guy? What are we gonna do with this man? I don't think he's aware of what kind of content I make. Let's show him what kind of content I make. Ooh, 50-50. 56, 60. Ooh, it's going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one. Yo, thanks for complimenting my lights. A viewer got them for me. Shit. It's a good thing you said that. My lights aren't even all the way on. It just takes so long for the groovy lights to connect. Looks like it worked pretty good. Looks like you're banned. Bye-bye now. Anybody else? Anybody else? There we go. Now the lights are complete. They're all on now.
The reason they're making this move and targeting eBay specifically is because eBay is a place where a lot of these scalpers do the majority of their deals. They do a lot of buying and selling through eBay for their product. And eBay also owns TCG Player, which is one of the biggest places online to buy TCG product. So because TCGs are blowing up and GameStop
That's right. That's what democracy looks like, boys.
Their tiny little balls in there. They see this as a good opportunity as like this, trend that they need to hop on now. And I imagine that's probably something they're pitching them on potentially. But GameStop does nothing to improve.
Scalpers are human scum, and they should be thrown out of any store they intend to scalp from. I fucking hate scalpers, bro. They ruin it for everybody. Can't even buy goddamn cards because they over there trying to scalp everything they fucking see. I hate scalpers. They're the whole reason why we couldn't even get a PlayStation 5 for the longest time. Fuck the scalpers, man. Those guys are assholes.
Industry at all. And in fact, it only serves as an anchor because GameStop itself is a poisonous brand. There is already a built-in distrust and dislike of GameStop because everyone has their own personal story of how they got burnt on a trade-in deal or the prices that they paid were actually a ripoff, that kind of thing. So it's just kind of silly. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen because businesses make awful decisions all the time. Look at fucking Ubisoft. But I personally just don't understand why eBay would even entertain this notion, especially considering there's no way GameStop has the meat to even bring them cash, like a cash deal.
A big box could help limit them. I mean, probably.
That would entice them. Because they are not nearly to eBay's size. So I don't know how they'd even begin to structure this that doesn't incur heavy debt.
That's exactly what happens.
Now, this article brought to light something that I was unaware of, and it's some really interesting food for thought. Should have you scratching at the hair on your chinny chin chin that might serve as a nice little explanation for where this bold and drastic idea comes from. Well, Ryan Cohen actually has a compensation package to the tune of $35 billion, hinging on a turnaround that requires him to lift the company's market value to $100 billion and hit $10 billion in cumulative performance EBITDA. That was revealed
There's
in
no fucking way that's gonna work.
January, so not that long ago. $35 billion bonus on the docket here if he can somehow turn this failing business into a juggernaut.
It's not gonna work.
Now they're kind of pitching this as a team effort to make it a juggernaut, and wouldn't you know it, if eBay accepts this deal, this might just send Ryan Cohen over that threshold, hitting the mark that he needs in order to unlock that $35 billion compensation package. How fortuitous for Ryan. And let's just be honest here. Who's more deserving than Ryan? Ryan deserves to be happy, and he's only a billionaire. That's not enough. We need to make sure he can get a bigger win than that. And that helps all of us. Because when Ryan's happy, everyone's happy. So yeah, this is...
Yeah, I know, right? Whenever they're fucking you over at GameStop by taking your products and selling them at a higher price, and then they selling you products at a higher price that don't deserve to be sold at a higher price. Yeah, I'm sure it all lines one person's pockets.
Not a joke here. It seems like this is something that is
Oh
actively
shit!
being
20 bomb
with games.
Oh shit! 20 gifted. W20 gifted. Damn, we started early today, huh, boys? Yo, W20, where'd it go? Good morning, Wade. Oh, wait, hold on. Good morning, Wade and friends. Nice to see all you again on this glorious weekend. A wonderful weekend it is, brother. Just popping in before getting some wild boar ribs cooked. Oh, dude, I'm jelly. I'm so jelly, bro. I'm so jelly. Enjoy the show and give generously. Good stuff, Wade. Always, as always. Oh, yeah, man. Every day never stops, sir. Every day's a good day. Gotta share it, you know what I'm saying? W20.
Trying to acquire eBay, which I think is a fucking recipe for disaster. GameStop
absolutely
is a joke. It is terrible. They just had their first profitable year.
GameStop's a ripoff. I mean, like, it's been a ripoff for decades now. There's a reason why GameStops are shutting down. Like, I'm sorry, dude, but GameStop sucks. I don't think I've set foot in a GameStop. Shit. I think I'm going on 5 years now, if I'm not kidding. Ever since they got rid of the physical copies of the GameStop magazines, I stopped going to GameStop. That Game Informer, sorry, not GameStop magazines, Game Informer. I just stopped going to GameStop. There's no reason for me to set foot in a GameStop.
19, but that's not the result of any kind of like genius changes and like a big overhaul of the entire business model that makes it better. They achieved profitability mainly through aggressive cost cutting.
No, they're not customer friendly at all, Timothy. It's almost like they purposefully try to rip you off. I would say that going into a GameStop is worse than going to a pawn shop. Straight up. At least with a pawn shop, they tell you the percentage the likelihood percentages that they're going to resell that product. They tell you that up front. They're like, I'm not going to do it because I won't be able to sell it for that price. But like at GameStop, they're just a bunch of nerds that don't know anything and just need a job. And then like, so they're just going to be like, yeah, we'll take it for this. And they don't even know. Like,
and exiting and closing. So like they just saved doubloons on the bottom line, which they needed to do because GameStop is bloated. It is in the shitter, so that did need to happen. But it's not like there was anything that was actually a very positive change to GameStop that's great.
Watch if this actually follows through and GameStop ends up putting GameStop and eBay into the shitter and they both go out of business. Wouldn't that just be poetic?
That they'd be able to make eBay better and everything eBay owns better. I think they would only drag them further down.
Oh, absolutely. GameStop would be an attached cancer cell to eBay. There's no way that the CEO of GameStop taking eBay would ever be a good thing. Ever.
Company by any means. They've done a lot of shady shit as well and some bad decisions too, but it's not like GameStop is going to go ahead and go in there and make it fucking sunshine and rainbows over there or something. I just think they would be terrible. I genuinely think it would just be much worse.
Anyway,
Arthur just wanted to yap about
Have a good
this
day,
'cause I saw the
man.
headline
We're here
earlier.
every day, by the way, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Please hit like on the stream and sub to the channel. We're here every single day live.
thought it was fake. Turns out, not fake at all. That's really about it.
Like in a debate. There we go. So this is more footage of the guy that tried to assassinate Trump.
Footage of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Let me see this.
What the fuck? So no. Bro, what is that? That's him right there. You see him? Watch him walk into the doorway. Look. There he goes. No, that's not him. That's somebody else. There's the dog.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there he goes.
He didn't seem nearly as fast. Yeah, I mean, that was really kind of like... Honestly, the only guy that did anything was this guy. This guy right here. Watch him.
I think this guy fired some shots, didn't he?
Bap, bap.
Yeah.
He gave 0 fucks about Crossfire? Exactly, bro. This guy just popped them off. Like,
I don't blame him either.
Moments
I can only
before,
show so much of
hours
this.
before shooting.
There we go.
What about claims that Cole Allen is IDF? You fell for AI. You fell for an AI image. There's no security. Well, they didn't do the event yet, right? He would have done better if it was IDF. Yeah, it would have worked.
So he's what? He's in a gym now?
He's actually talking to people. Oh boy. Dude walks like Sheldon Cooper. This guy's just Reddit personified, bro. He's a...
He's Reddit personified. Oh my god,
the
dude.
accused White House dinner gunman took a selfie with his weapons. We have a case of extreme Reddit here.
We do. Highly extreme.
Loser.
I got my finger on the arrow key so that way we don't show nothing.
Absolute fucking loser. You see a dog follow him
He is a
over?
fucking loser. Bro, think about it this way. This man rolled up in here, drove all the way across the country. Not drove. He used trains and stuff so that way they couldn't track him. He lived in a nice neighborhood and a house, had enough money to buy all these crazy weapons just to run through the security at the hotel and not even get into the ballroom, gets tackled by police, shot at, and ends up face down on the floor, butt-ass naked. What a joke. What an absolute fucking imbecile. That's what you get. And in my opinion, he should be getting capital punishment. He should be getting the death penalty. Because if you want to sit here and try to attempt an assassination on any of the political people that were in that room, you need to go to jail. Period. Like, there should be major harsh punishment for this.
W dog. The dog should get a promotion. Maybe the rest of the guys should get fired.
Yeah, that's right. The dog was the only one that put work in. And we're running out of shit to watch, guys.
And Kamala Harris delivers a speech. I think I did see this. Oh my god.
I don't think so, because if you thought no kings rallies were a thing,
No kings?
people would take to the streets if they tried to cancel.
Well, it never happened to Biden because they didn't have a bunch of people calling out for the death of political opponents whenever Biden was in office. That's why. That's what happens when you've got a massive group or a lot of people calling out for the death of political opponents. All this damn online rhetoric needs to stop.
Yeah.
No, they have had an agenda that has been in place for decades.
Wow.
Is that Kamala? What the fuck? This dude is out, bro. This guy is completely tapped out. He is done. He is in, like, the third world right now, just sleeping. He's on the moon. He is anywhere but in this room.
In politics, you know, we've dropped the ball.
Dude. Dude, he's out.
You know, we dropped the ball in a variety of...
Why is it that... So, like, I want to say this because it kind of bugs me a little bit. How come Kamala Harris has been known to get on stage drunk, like mega drunk? Why is this like a thing? Like, this is what y'all have to fall back on as some drunk old lady? Like, like...
Although we've done good work.
Is this the first Kamala Harris ASMR video? It's just literally her talking?
Hope people will follow you, urge you.
Did Hillary do that too? Did Hillary get on stage and do that kind of stuff?
She's holding the saxophone. And she's the favorite to win the primary right now. I know that. So Kamala Harris is going to run again. 2008 presidential primaries.
Oh, God.
Kamala Harris is at 50%. So this is the problem. They can't run Josh Shapiro because he's a Jew. You can't run Gavin Newsom because he's both white and a man. You can't run AOC because she's too young. You can't run Pritzker because he's fat. You're stuck with Kamala Harris. Really, that's the way it works. And Pete Buttigieg isn't even on the list. I wonder why. Why could that possibly be?
Black voters, 0.
Democrat frontrunner has 0% black support. She's drinking again.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Democrat frontrunner
Is that real? Holy shit.
has 0% black support. She's drinking again.
I think it's okay for us to be a bit transactional too.
This is what the Democratic Party's been reduced to. Supporting alcoholics. Don't you just love it, guys? This is what happens when you've got your foot so far up your own ass that you can't even walk anymore.
And to say, I'm gonna get mine also.
This is crazy, bro.
And so don't count on me to be a voter and be the backbone of the Democratic Party, because it is my value system and my ethics and my sense of civic.
Bro, they gonna find this girl up in the White House in an alcoholic stupor. Like, what are we doing? Hey, what are we doing, bro?
Duty and responsibility. So
Bro, she gonna be putting holes in the damn wall and putting like wine and shit up in there. What are we doing? How is this? So you'd much rather have this alcoholic up in the White House than somebody might actually do some change? Man, I remember whenever the Democratic Party stood for something, like this would have never been allowed. Whenever I was growing up, bro, this is insane. Like, I'm sure a lot of y'all feel the same way. There's no way in hell any party member would support somebody like Kamala. I don't even understand this. Like, she was worse. Was she really? Was Nancy Pelosi worse? I didn't know that. Hang up to the hood and they fall for it. She's making fun and they don't know it. I think they do know it. I think they know about it, and I think that they think it's based. Knowing them, they probably think it's based. I don't think you give enough of the you know, I'm gonna say poor people, because like that's racist though, isn't it? That falls into the category of racist. I say that because like I've been poor. And I've met a lot of white people, too, that were poor as fuck, and a lot of black people that were poor as fuck. So, like, for me, whenever I say poor, it's easy to misconstrue that into, like, some kind of weird gender or ethnicity thing. And it's like, man, I miss back in 2006 whenever everyone didn't see skin color. Well, it was a great time to be alive. It really sucks that all they have in politics now is all this race bullshit. Like, it sucks so bad. Like, you realize that we had Robert Downey Jr. play as a black man? But it just sucks. It sucks that this is the time we live in now. We were, like, a lot of people that were around in the 2006 era that were either, you know, kids or, you know, adults. Man, I never thought I'd miss it as bad as I do now. Genuinely. It sucks. It sucks, man. It sucks so fucking bad now because the political atmosphere is going with racial stereotypes and racial cultures just to keep us at odds and ends at each other constantly. It's so fucking dog shit. It's so dog shit. It's awful. It's dog
They're
shit, man.
gassing her up on this too, which is what's so crazy.
Look at that. The Karenocracy, boys. It's still alive and thriving. We have to shut this down.
Run again. Run.
I'm not advocating for harming anybody either. I'm saying we got to make sure people like this don't get into power and don't become presidents. That's what I'm saying.
Please run again. Please.
It was a blowout last time.
Please run again. I cannot express how much I want her to run again.
So are you gonna run again in 28?
Listen, I might. I'm thinking about it.
Thank you.
That's what she does whenever she wakes up in the morning. I might bring the bottle to my lips. I might not. I might bring the bottle to my lips this morning. I might not. If I can get out the door, oh, that's too late. I've already got the bottle in my lip.
I'm thinking about it.
What's this? Oh, let's go legal mindset. Well, we got an update for Johnny Somali. Here we go.
Johnny Somali is coping hard in a leaked prison letter that we have exclusive access to. We're going to get that today on the Legal Mindset we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney who has been tracking the Johnny Somali, Ramzi Khalid Ismail case from beginning to end, and perhaps has the best insight into his psychology here and exactly why he's coping hard as he faces 6 months, now up to a year, behind bars in a Korean detention center. So for those that don't know or may have been hiding under a bush, our defendant here, our subject here today is, of course, Ramzi Khalid Ismail, Johnny Somali, who is a nuisance streamer causing trouble in Israel. In Japan and now locked up in South Korea after his
South Korean government, by the way. Just keep him. You can airdrop him into North Korea. No one will miss him. I promise you. You just go on and keep him there as long as you would like, South Korea. You will not be hurting our feelings if you do. Just go on and keep him. We don't want him.
With 8 criminal charges, all of which he was.
How's it going, Ryan?
Got him landed in jail. And as those
how's it going, Joseph?
This know, and we'll talk about in my opening statements, Ramzi Khalid Ismail, Johnny Somali.
Make sure you hit like on the stream, please.
Was sentenced to 6 months with labor, in addition to 5 years registration as a offender, and beyond.
That's my biggest fear, is that if they let Somali go to North Korea, what if he like turns into a pop star or something like that? Like, what if he gets like mega famous and he ends up like running the country? Wouldn't that just be awful? It'd either be that they would probably kill him, or he would end up running the country.
On that, having his phones confiscated. Now, he did appeal, as well as the prosecutors did appeal.
I don't feel like there'd be much of an in-between.
Covered in my previous videos. That means he'll likely be there for another 6 months, so he's likely...
Good. Fuck him. Keep him there. As long as possible.
Looking at a year in detention, especially waiting there during that appeal. So he's going to be there for a little while, but the prosecutors had recommended...
That's the sad part. That's the sad part.
3 years, so he got way lower of a sentence than was recommended by prosecutors, and hopefully that can be extended. Now, as we look at this letter...
I would hope they would make a puppet out of him, but I don't know. I know Kim Jong-un would, but I don't know about the actual citizens.
We're going to see some...
Because you have to keep in mind that the citizens there have been taught propaganda, like communist propaganda. So, like, everything that they've been taught is the reverse to Western culture, calling us the bullies and the Nazis. You have to keep that in mind. So there's a good chance with how Somali talks that he may end up being hailed a hero. Worst case scenario.
Reasons why that needs to be extended and why he absolutely needs more time. Now, to be clear, as we covered, his only form of outside communication is by letter. There's no phone calls or anything else. And we received a leak.
Bro sending out notifications like the damn Iranians. Using them fucking, those letter pigeons.
Copy of a letter that was sent to Johnny Somali. So let's turn to that. I want to take this opportunity to remind everyone to subscribe to the channel and make sure when you click on that subscription, you have all your notifications turned on, because YouTube has a way of not letting you know when the latest and greatest are out unless you make sure those notifications are indeed on for the channel. And if you really like the content, consider joining as a member. We have 2 exclusive member streams every month where you can
That is true. That's very true. I mean, there is the whole racial disparity as well that he would have to overcome. I mean, I would hope that they would just, do him in, you know what I'm saying? But there's always that, the percentage isn't 0. And that's the sad part. The percentage isn't 0.
Any question, and we go into a little bit more casual and fun topics.
Hell, they may just take a liking to him because Westerners just don't like Somali. Straight up. Americans just don't like Somali because he's a nuisance streamer. They may just like him Kim Jong-un may just like him for that reason,
That we don't normally cover in the normal streams. So make sure you do that, subscribe, and consider joining as a member. Thanks. So here we go. We have the letter. It has his name here. It's kind of how you have to send them, their name, their prisoner number. That's the person who sent it. And they mailed it to him in order to, send him some information, send him letters, and he can send back and forth these letters. So this individual sent him a letter, and this is Ramsey writing back from prison in response to this individual's letter. So let's get into it here. We have the entire letter, but I've pieced this out for you so we can focus on the sections. So it says to Lee Hano, I appreciate you writing me and wishing me well. Your support means a lot. I actually have been having fun here, and it's been a good week so far. I am staying healthy and laughing a lot with a good group of cellmates and other inmates in prison.
God damn it, the hell? South Korea! Where's the misery? Son of a bitch.
Well, I'm going to stop there. Johnny Somali has always had a personality where he's Laffy-Taffy, where nothing affects him. He's never sorry. He's never down. He's never beat. He's never defeated. And Johnny Somali is going into this trying to think he's going to get a W, think he's going to win a quick appeal, think he's going to get out of there quickly.
Oh, yeah, maybe he thought that the letter was going to get leaked, and it did.
So I don't think he would, in any circumstance, under any circumstance, say, I'm having a horrible time, this is breaking me, I'm done, whatever. But I also think it's complete cope and not true that he's quote unquote having fun. This guy is on a set schedule. He has no outside time. He's stuck in a cell with several other people.
And maybe he thrives in that environment. We don't know that. Look, damn, I'm really trying to cope hard for this little bastard, aren't I? I want to make it very clear. I think Somali should just stay in jail forever, but that's just my personal opinion. But I'm not going to lie. If he's actually doing okay in there, well, you need to shake and bake. You know what I'm saying? You got to shake this dude up. Shake him up. Like, hang him upside down by his toes and make him, like, turn big rocks into little rocks. Like, what are we doing? Like, I expected better, South Korea. What are you doing?
And he's in a position where he's not having access to the internet, social media, anything else we enjoy. I can't say that he would possibly be, quote unquote, having fun. But let's continue here. It's kind of like a hotel, just without my phone or laptop smiley face. And I want to focus on that smiley face because this smiley face tells a huge story here. That's the type of smiley face that you're like, this is really not fun, but I'm just drawing this here for performative effect, right? This is absolutely the most cope smiley face I've ever seen in my life, and it tells a huge story. Your letter boosted my spirits, and we even include the TV schedule you sent onto the wall. Well, very interesting. If it boosted your spirits, then perhaps they weren't that high after all anyways. Perhaps that wasn't that great anyways. So the letter continues here. Thank you for offering to add money to my commissary account. My prisoner number is at blank. If you send me English books or textbooks to study the CFA Certified Financial Analyst exam or test, or other books on the stock market or economics, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. From Ramsey Cletus, Malakay, Johnny Somali. And we verified this signature by looking back at other documents where he's signed, and we know his signature. We've seen his signature in other places. So we work with the Somali conviction.
Oh wait, I gotta go take out a new account, guys. Give me like an hour. I gotta go and open an account. I just gotta hold on. I'm kidding, by the way.
Team, shout out to everybody on that team that looked at that, compared that, and said, "Yep, this checks out. This is a 100% legit letter, legit signature." He also says, "P.S. For any books on the stock market, I would like a book on U.S. stock market trading. Thank you." A little heart. Very interesting here. So a couple of things. First of all, it shows he really is trying to beg here. He really doesn't have that money for the commissary to purchase things, even if he has a person he can speak to in Korean that's going to order for him, etc. Right? He's literally pretending.
Well, yeah, because he's not working yet, so he's literally in limbo, and he's going to be stuck there for almost a year because of that. That's the funny part, is that he's going to be stuck in, actually, he's going to be stuck where he's at for almost 6 months before he gets that because he appealed it, right? So now he's stuck there with no money and no work, no labor, no nothing until they finally take him and look at it again. Because I just don't know why he couldn't leave it alone. He'd be at the workplace already if he had just left it the fuck alone.
Joke.
Like,
even though we know, and this is very relevant, that he scammed a bunch of money off of Hank. Now we have reports that that amount is up to $80,000 total. So about $20,000, $30,000 for living expenses, legal fees, and about another $50,000.
I think you're right. I think that legal mindset's right, and I think that you're right. Chiba Cat, I bet he's hating it in there. But I wonder if he made that letter in a way that, in the off chance it got leaked, which it did, no one would suspect anything, to try and keep him relevant, like rage baiting.
That he scammed off Hank.
Like, how dare South Korea,
In the U.S. stock market. So allegedly, Hank had told Johnny, "Hey, invest in the U.S. stock market for me because I can't do it, and do that for me." And he didn't do that, right? So that's part of that conflict.
Wait, so is this from Hank?
Hank had told Johnny, "Hey, invest in the U.S. stock market for me because I can't do it, and do that for me." And he didn't do that.
Oh, of course.
Right? So that's part of that conflict between Hank and Johnny. And this lines up here, him looking at the stock market or economics, and him looking at stock options trading, that he's essentially rugged, Ramsey has rugged Hank and is looking to get that money and put that money elsewhere. Maybe Hank will finally be motivated to actually sue and bring some action against Johnny Somali, which could keep him in there.
I don't know what the hell Hank's relationship with Somali is. So I feel like there's more than just a friendship going on. I'm sorry, dude. Like, how this Somali went to his apartment, stayed there the entire time, drank, caused more trouble, even though Hank was giving him a place to stay. His family was completely against it and threatened to stop paying Hank. Like, how, man, I don't know what is looking over Somali, but something is watching over Somali, dude. That's all I gotta say. I'm surprised that Somali didn't walk from outside off the bench into that place because of how long he was there without making money. I just don't get that, bro.
Let's go to my judgment. In judgment here, Somali is coping about having fun, but clearly he is taking 6 months lightly. Now, one thing I will say is he probably doesn't know he's going to be in there for up to a year because he's not having people communicate our videos and everything. He's not watching all of my videos as he used to. Used to put that one dislike on my video. I'm kind of missing that dislike from Somali now. But
our prison was like a restaurant, retirement village. Police love to keep them comfortable, so when they get out, they can send them back. Bonus bonds. Wait, where the hell was yours at? What country do you live in where there's a prison like that? I need to know where I'm gonna have to get locked up at. That's a point. Wage increases, bro? What? What the hell is NZ? What is that?
in that case, he's clearly not taking it seriously enough. He's also planning to invest that cash that he scammed from Hank in U.S. stocks, and perhaps planning.
Is that a state in the U.S.? No, that ain't New Zealand. Okay,
show is that
New
he
Zealand.
needs more jail time. That he clearly is thinking that this is some sort of temporary thing, sort of like going.
Well, there
to
shouldn't be a good prison, but that's not true. There are some prisons that look like miniature motels or hotels in the world. Like some of them look really good. Like they have microwaves and TVs and beds. So like there are some good prisons in the world. I hate to say it, but it's true. It's
favorable summer camp for a little while, or a hotel as he called it, and he's going to take this as a joke, and it shows that when he comes out of this,
some prisons are just like that in some countries.
Go back to the same behavior. He's not going to be a changed man. He's not a person who says, I'm so sorry for my actions, I feel horrible, this is something that I never felt like I would be in, this is a nightmare, this is something that I would never thought experience. None of that contrition, none of that fear, none of the other things he needs to feel in order to actually be changed by the experience. And that's why prosecutors need to
Norway, Sweden, Austria, and Germany are known for rehabilitative prison systems where inmates, regardless of their economic background, often live in modern, comfortable cells resembling private studio apartments featuring TVs, fridges, and private bathrooms. These facilities focus on dignity and reintegration with high-end. That's something you never read whenever you read prison systems. Reintegration with high-end examples like Norway, Halden Prison. So yeah, it's actually kind of common. You see, that's what I don't understand about American prisons is that it used to be for rehabilitation, but if it was for rehabilitation, then why is it whenever you get out, a felony keeps you from getting a job? Like, you might as well just shoot them. Like, what's the point of rehabilitating somebody if they've got that black mark? Like, why put them in jail if whenever they get out, the felony holds for like 5 or 10 years? Like, like the whole point of going to jail is to rehabilitate, yet whenever they get out of prison, they literally just get released into the general population with nothing. I don't know, like, I mean, there are help programs, but let's be honest here. The help programs are being used to fund foreign terrorism. So, like, like, let's be honest here, guys.
More time, and need to give him more time. They have appealed, and hopefully we will get that. Guys, I want to know what you think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one.
I've never even heard of that.
This is the last call on the pre-order for the cabbages. If
Cabbage! Yo, W Cabbage.
The
W Cabbage, by the way. It's the Cabbage Boys! Ooh. What is this?
This is apparently a game. Like, people wanted me to look at this the other day. It came out. I never really got a chance to. So this is.
Oh shit! Is this about the Dawnwalker game? Hold on.
By the people that made
The Witcher 3.
What do you call it? They made Witcher 3. And they made a new studio. They're making a new game. It's called Blood.
Oh shit! So this game's gonna be good. I didn't know the Witcher 3 devs made this.
Dawnwalker. The first trailer was so good. I've been keeping up with the game ever since then. Stick with
I didn't know that.
Peggy 18.
Hi, my name is Ariana Sharkiewicz, and I'm one of the writers at Rebel Wolves. Over the
you
past
can
few
clearly
months,
see
we've
this
shared
is
quite
Witcher
a lot
3.
about the game's
Yes.
story.
I mean,
Today,
yeah.
we'll give you a glimpse of the activities our human by day, vampire by night protagonist Cohen can take on while.
Well, how's it going, Fox Crusader?
Controversy started about this.
We start
Restart
at
specs
night
is a
in our
4090.
vampiric form, heading
Hopefully they
toward
can
the
optimize
vantage
it.
point to get a better sense of our surroundings.
Yeah, I don't agree with rehabilitating everybody. I feel like if you've killed somebody, you need to be put into a work camp for the rest of your life, and the family should determine. Like, if you kill, like, let's say someone's brother, the family, like your sister or your brother or your parents, the parents of the victim, should determine how long you should be it's an automatic life sentence. because you took a contributing member of society out of society. You have to work now for the rest of your life until you die in prison. And the family should determine what percentage of your income they're going to take, and they should also determine what your hours are going to be. And they could reevaluate it every couple months if they want or if they choose. But the family should decide what your hours are going to look like, and they should be taking a percentage of your income. That's what needs to happen to you. That you don't need to be out in society if you've killed somebody. You need to stay in jail where you belong. You need to stay in a work camp like jail where your hours are determined based on who you harmed. You know what I'm saying? Like the family decides. You're not going to rehabilitate somebody that killed somebody else. I'm sorry. And vice versa with rapers and stuff like that.
Reaching a vantage
straight
point
up.
reveals nearby.
I do think that, unless it's a huge title like Monster Hunter, having bad performance on release is it's like a game killer. Like if you're not a huge studio like Capcom, you can't afford to have that. Like you have to have good performance, or everybody's going to downvote the game, and then it's not going to get people are just going to think the game's bad. 5090? Oh, did I say 4090?
You want your incentive? Here's your incentive. What are we doing with all these undocumented illegals if you could just have a mass army of killers that are being forced into slave labor, regardless of if they like it or not, because they harm somebody in your community? Think about all that free labor. Just imagine if one of those guys kills a homeless person that has no family. Think about that. Then they don't have to pay anybody. There's your incentive right there. A lot of free labor. You go around and you hurt somebody, put that ass in jail and force them to work.
5090.
There's your incentive.
Helps us plan our
I'll work on this game, then optimize it. It looks great.
With the
All more people to play it.
inclusion of self-defense and
Just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, no. There's always if the intent was not self-defense and it was malicious murder, premeditated, actual like the cop pulls you over and now you shot the cop and drove off, jail for life. Yeah, no, there are absolutely exceptions to that. I want to make that clear. No, there are absolutely exceptions to that.
Pretty simple.
Brave these woods.
It's like Assassin's Creed.
Say they're chock full of monsters. Village of Maragir. Codrin's family's land. Maragir Monastery. Its best days are long behind it.
Ooh.
I don't think I'll find anything else here.
Okay.
Let's open them up and check nearby points of interest.
I played The Witcher 3 a lot.
Some are tied to Brensis's officers.
I never finished
More
the
on them
DLC.
shortly. Others to hidden mysteries, haunted sites, and shrines used for fast travel, which
Okay,
can also
seems-
serve as quest objectives.
I mean, all this seems really, really standard. If you've played one of these games, it's okay, I get it. This seems really simple.
Let's mark one and
DLC is
head
the
there.
best part. Well, I did the other DLC. I'm just halfway through Blood and Wine. I did the Heart of Stone.
That's why I don't understand why harsher labor is so frowned upon. What we and you're right. They do use license plates already. There's no reason not to use the labor that's already there and just expand upon it. That's what's so crazy to me. People are like, well, I don't want socialism, but what do you think Social Security is? It's literally in the name. What do you think? Hello? Just expand upon what you have. It's not complicated. Don't complicate it using your fucking political bullshit. Change it. Make it yours. Just like a content creator. Make the thing that other countries have done that have worked for thousands of years. Just change it and make it yours. It doesn't have to be a 1-to-1 replication. Make it a 1.5, you know, like, I just don't get that mentality. Like, we could be utilizing so many functions in our ways that make it ours, but for whatever reason, it's that people just want to leave it as if it's black and white all the time with everything. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Early in the game, we can unlock a perk that allows us to transform into a wolf and move faster at night.
Furry.
It's quicker and more agile, though it comes with some limitations. There's also a daytime equivalent, but more on that later.
I thought Hearthstone was
What was that? Is someone in trouble?
It looks like we've come across a group in need of help. Whether we intervene is up to us, and both choices can lead to unexpected outcomes.
Really?
Damn.
We began with death from above, allowing us to quickly eliminate an unsuspecting enemy.
That's really cool.
And gain the upper hand from the start.
The combat's really improved a lot ever since the first one. This is a lot better than what they've shown. I still think it can get a lot better than this. I think this is like, it went from like 2016 to 2019. I think that it has a ways to go still. But this is like, if they release the game with this combat, if the story, the gameplay, and the world building are good enough, this is passable.
We have incorporated.
So, like, with this game, I want to see them make, like, a clan building system. You know, like vampires, they usually, they bite other people and then they turn, right? I would like to see that same thing happen in this game at some point with the DLC or, like, the base game release. I think that would be really cool. That'd be a very cool way to add in, like, a settlement system. Honestly, I think that'd be really cool.
Community feedback, and now there is no need to open the skill wheel to select a previously assigned ability. Instead, we can use quick selection.
Makes sense, sure.
I thought I was done for. Done for.
So did I, to be fair. Wasn't sure I'd get you out of this in time.
But you did. Bless you. Bless you.
Sekiro came out in 2019. Don't rate combat by years. No,
As a vampire,
Sekiro was a combat
we
game.
restore health by feeding. Human blood is
I'm talking about
most
like for an
effective.
open world RPG.
Yeah, we don't have to agree on everything. You can disagree. Just don't, like, call people names and don't, you know, call me names. I'm fine with people disagreeing. That's fine. Like, my goal for America is to make America even better than what it is. You know, like, and that should be the same for every country, no matter where you're from. Like, why would you want some of the things that are going on in your country? Why not change it? Like, there are other systems. There are other ways to handle situations. Nothing ever has to be black and white. I have been through the ringer in life, and anytime I was at a job where they said you can do this or do that, I was always that person that said, fuck you, I'm out. Like, it's never black and white. Stop trying to make everything so damn black and white. Even in everyday life, it doesn't have to be that way. It's bullshit. If both ways are going to do nothing but make you miserable, and both ways are put there to make you fucking miserable, then fuck you. I'm not playing a game that's built for me to lose. Fuck you. I'm not doing that. It's obvious that there's a problem somewhere. I'm not dealing with it.
Feeding increases our corruption level. It's shown next to the health bar at the bottom of the screen. The higher the corruption level, the more vampiric perks are unlocked for purchase. Nearby points of interest are marked on the map and indicated on the compass at the top of the screen. Let's head to the shrine.
Okay.
Here's the shrine. Damaged, so we can't use it yet.
Desecrated. Looks like the shrine's missing its heart.
Is you know how you make this country better than then? Is you don't stoop to the level of people that are crying out for violence on the internet. You don't stoop to their level. Now, if you've got a foreign country screaming death to America trying to make nukes, that's a different scenario. But, like, whenever you've got all this online violent rhetoric and you've got all these teachers marching students out onto the streets, you've got all this bullshit happening all over the country, you don't need to advocate for violence. You don't need to go down and protest in Minneapolis and have your nutsacks frozen to your legs. You know what I'm saying? Just pulling together a bunch of like-minded people who have been oppressed, whether it be through their family, like let's say you have your family, you're staying at home with your parents or whatever, and they're completely Democratic, like they're like, no, fuck Trump, fuck this, fuck that, and you're too scared to say anything because you know that they're going to throw you out on your ass if you do, right? They're going to immediately disown you. Like you fix the problems in this country by collecting your silent vote and playing their game. You play their game, but you vote the way that you feel like you need to vote. Like, that's just how it is. Like, you have to play the game of life, and sometimes in that game of life, you have to keep some things to yourself because you know the way you feels valid. Just don't stoop to their level by advocating for death and violence, because the thing is that if you do that, well, we already saw that the FBI is going to be knocking at your door, not theirs. Because that's what happens. So we have to be better whether we like it or not. And that's fine. We can do that because we haven't built the foundation of our house on Swiss fucking cheese. Like, we don't have to lie to push our narratives. We don't. We just say the truth and poke holes in the arguments that are handed to us, and we win by default. That's just how it is. I mean,
could restore it.
Oh, how's it going, Nigel?
It's gonna be really hard for a game to beat Crimson.
I can't believe you're here on the weekend, bro.
It is. Like, I'm gonna be curious how good this game is.
There's a trail nearby. Let's follow it.
Yo, W, if you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. I'm here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Every single day. Every day. I get off early so that way, today, not today and not tomorrow, but through Monday through Friday, I get off and I don't have an editor, so I do all the work myself. I have to cut the streams up. I have to make shorts out of the streams and upload all that to like every platform. If there's ever a day whenever I don't go live on YouTube, it's because I probably got another suspension for some bullshit reason. And I will be live the next day, or that if I'm not live on YouTube, or for whatever reason the stream cuts out, I'll be live the next day on Kick, Rumble, Twitch, and X. Like, I go live regardless. I'm on everything. So just go to the main page, click on the channel links. I have a Discord as well. Just be nice and friendly and you won't get booted out of the Discord. I have to moderate everything. It's all me. I don't have moderators. I don't have editors. It's just me. I do everything.
Really hard.
A group of Brent's
Skyrim already did it? I never played it. So you can attack them even from there? Damn. Damn!
Voracious
Damn!
allows us to drink blood from an unsuspecting enemy and gain the upper hand at the beginning of combat. But we're not able to drain this enemy fully as his comrades quickly come to his aid.
So you can only do that for the last guy? Damn.
We use Piercing Shriek to briefly stun the weaker opponent, giving us an opportunity to take on his commander. When an enemy blocks and interrupts our attack,
look at that health bar.
we can use charge to prevent a counterattack.
Okay.
Hey, you could actually attack red bars.
Voracious Bite can also be used during combat as an active perk, allowing us to regenerate some health.
Jeez,
that's cool.
A lot of damage. Holy fuck.
Hope word of this reaches your master.
Was it like a mini boss?
That's really cool.
With the camp
That's
destroyed,
really, really cool.
Our infamy increases. More about this in a moment.
Oh, so there is a system.
Let's collect our loot. We found the shrine's missing card, along with a manual that unlocks a new perk, Precision. Let's open our inventory and head to the
Oh yeah, that looks just like The Witcher.
Someone said Witcher slot?
As I mentioned, the manual unlocks a new perk called Precision.
Oh man, we got a new category, boys. Witcher slop.
Once we read it, it becomes available in the character tab. Let's go there. The exclamation mark indicates that a new perk.
Yo, W Vietnam War vet. My grandfather was in Korean War. Yo, W vet. Yo, my viewpoints for vets are even crazier than my viewpoints for prison. If you're a vet, you shouldn't have to worry about dealing with the fucking VA. We should take everyone from the VA, throw their ass in jail, and give the vets like actual universal basic income and health care. You should, like, if you're a veteran and you serve this country, in my opinion, you like. I know that some of these Democratic politicians are like, oh well, the immigrants are what built this country. Nah, bro, wouldn't be a New York, wouldn't be a Minneapolis. There wouldn't be a California if it wouldn't for the soldiers that spilled their blood for this country. There's no reason why we don't automatically give any veteran a house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, so they can have a family for free, by the way. Should be for free, tax-free. They should have tax exemptions. They should have the right to vote automatically. They should be able to not have to worry about getting a job. It should be a choice for them to get a job once they're retired out of the military. A vehicle should probably be given to you, or free some sort of free transportation that's convenient. That no matter when you call, you kind of like an Uber, but it's free to them. Hell, you can even use Uber, huh? You could use like Uber and Lyft, like free rides. Anytime, any place. That'd be kind of cool. So like the U.S. government, like automatically, that's kind of a cool idea. Actually, I kind of like that idea. And then you could, like, you should be getting a fat paycheck. You shouldn't have to file for disability in order to get paid, dude. Fuck that shit. They serve the country. Wouldn't be no country without veterans, bro. Wouldn't be no country without soldiers. Why the hell are we treating them like shit? Makes no sense to me.
Earned by completing objectives.
Okay.
And since we've
pretty
just
simple.
finished one, we should be good to go.
Oh, she can go back
We've
to the
also
shrine.
found the shrine's missing heart, so we can now fix it.
All right.
Let's head back.
Well, how's it going, Infamous? How's it going,
GameStop? Guys.
Stop stealing content?
Guys.
Welcome.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, where'd my mouse go?
With
Here
the
it is.
heart restored, the
Oh,
shrine is
man.
rebuilt.
That's crazy. We got a heavy talker and chitter chatter. We got another cockroach. We got a cockroach in the chat. Stop stealing content. Stop stealing content. She is permanently drunk, illiterate, so you're stealing content. She is disgustingly. Move on. Do you have any idea what happens to you here? When all you want to do is this? See, this is what you don't do in the chat. This is what'll get you up for the chopping block, as it were, in this wonderful democracy we have here in the chat. See, this is what happens to you. Don't act like this. Oh, yeah. You know what? Hold on. Let me pull up his chat log again so that way everybody can see what they're voting on. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I just saw him, too. I can't find him now. Is it this guy? Ah, there he is. Man, it's a good thing you like dying on that hill, because I love putting you on that hill. Trust me. It pleases me so to put you on that hill. I'm going to have to find him again after this. Oh, damn it. I should have just stayed on it, huh? He's right here. Looks like you're cooked, my guy. Bye-bye now. Don't have too much fun. Hide user from channel. Idiot. Dumb.
We can now use it. Let's start with the perks menu. In the Swordmaster abilities, we find precision now available for purchase. As you
Please
can
hit like
see,
on the stream,
it
sub to the
costs
channel. We're here every single day. Every day.
My opinion is that any sort of talent ability that just increases the damage that you do could be replaced with something that's more interesting. Like, I know it's not always possible, but in a general sense, I think, unless it's like a really, really big boost, like it's something like you take 100% more damage, but you deal 50% more damage. Like, unless it's a really big, like, red teardrop ring in Dark Souls or something like that, you probably should not even have that. It's very understandable. Yeah, exactly. Like in Sekiro, you unlock new skills entirely. Yeah, exactly, right? Like you get the counter, and then like you get the the lightning reversal. Like that's cool. Or like the fan or the umbrella.
But this isn't like a Souls-like. This is more like it's the Witcher 3 devs that made this. Like the Witcher 3 devs developed this.
Like, I mean, again,
required to purchase a perk.
It's not the same.
The tooltip on the right side of the screen.
Guys, calm down. Not everything needs to be a Souls-like.
All right, now what?
Time passes as we acquire new perks. The night comes to an end, the sun rises, and a new day begins.
Okay.
Along with a new edict.
Somebody getting killed? Mr. Mustache.
Edicts are tied to the infamy system we mentioned earlier.
Oh, that looks just like the bounty system they have in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Or like, Yeah, that's like exactly what that looks like.
Several have already been proclaimed since the start of our journey. The higher our infamy, the harsher the edicts, and the more challenging the world becomes.
Okay.
It's
Really?
a sign that Brensis is vigilant and reacts to our actions in Vale Sangora.
That's interesting.
Infamy reflects how much we disrupt the operations of Brensis' followers.
Okay.
Let's take a closer look at one of his officers, Umbras.
Okay.
In the right corner of the screen, we can see his level of aggression towards us. When it reaches its peak, a new quest line is unlocked, influencing the story and shaping our
Seems
future
really simple.
confrontation with
Yeah.
Francis.
Oh, okay.
It's easy to understand.
As you can see, multiple open-world activities are tied to Umbras, all connected to his operations.
So I would imagine that let's say like that camp that he was at earlier where he was killing that general guy right in the tent. Every time you kill one of those, maybe it gets rid of one of the dots, and then whenever you get rid of enough dots, the thing reveals itself, and then you get the quest, right?
Let's go back to the map to mark one of them.
Or maybe
and
that's like the
then
difficulty?
let's head there.
All right, let's see this. So you got to go over there and do this?
Oh, so they're
One
like
of the
individual
things I noticed
quests.
with this game is that it had a calendar system. Now, like, my opinion from, like, so I played Metaphor, Metaphor Refantasio, beat the whole game. I played Persona. I didn't beat the whole game. I think that calendar systems are really good at guiding a player experience, but they can also be very oppressive in guiding a player experience. So I think calendar systems are good, but you have to allow players to be able to make a number of mistakes.
Bro, what a
right?
fucking
Like, oh my
schizo.
god, oh, I
Go
wasted
take your
a day
pills,
doing
guy.
this. I
What the
wasted a day
fuck?
doing that.
Bro,
It-
what a
like, I
fucking
think calendar
weirdo. Jesus, what a weirdo. Holy shit.
system's okay whenever that's not an immediate
W6
problem.
Jules, by the way, for megabytes.
How far did you get in Persona? Not really, like, super far. You can be quite restrictive unless it's more flexible. Yeah, exactly. We're seeing a calendar in Persona. I heard the Persona Royale was an improvement over the base Persona.
We've arrived near one of Umbras's
Antifa destroyed Patriot Tommy's car yesterday and filled the exhaust with spray foam. What the fuck? That's crazy.
So I haven't finished the game. So I'm not sure what I missed out on yet.
Killed.
Yo, W10 Jules.
Uh-oh. So
Like
they're
a
mad.
gold coin.
Just kill them.
They kill them all.
So
Just
now
kill
he's
them.
not a vampire.
between human
Murder,
and
death, kill, boys.
This enemy was weak enough to stun
But
them.
you can't turn soldiers into being your like minions. I want to see that. I want that to be implemented into the game.
Oh.
Unless they're already vampires. Maybe they're already vampires.
The Rakiri store blood in places like this. Ambrose is responsible for keeping it safe.
Okay.
Oh, but we're not going to make his job any easier.
How's it going, Rachel? How's it going?
Show up and kill some people.
Another group
How's it going, CW?
stands in our way.
So good.
Sticks?
Yeah, I will say
Oh, is
this
Darling in the
reminds me a lot.
chat?
This is
Damn, she been missing all morning. She finally make it to the chitty chat. Oh. No, she's not here yet. It doesn't look like it. Unless I missed her somewhere. Oh, right.
very
You said
similar to
good.
Witcher 3.
I'm dumb.
Like,
Oh
I
man, I'm
played all
dumb.
the way through Witcher 3 for the
Then
first
follow up
time.
with Burning Blood, which briefly staggers the enemy and
Okay.
applies the damage over
Bro,
time.
that sucks.
I played through it in less than a year ago. Like it was whenever I
Man,
was
that's got to be considered like a war crime, right? Not being able to get coffee.
whenever my dad was in the hospital,
The
I
prisoner's
played
fate
through
is
the whole game.
grim. Their blood is drained, then stored in places like this, where it awaits distribution. What
the fuck is this?
Taking them.
What is this? Whoa, what the shit? What is this? Hold on.
No, probably not.
The spirits here are
Probably
restless.
not.
Perhaps I could help them somehow.
World feels kind of empty, to be honest. Well, I'll give my opinions on it at the end.
I don't think it looks that empty.
Astral
Maybe it is.
Oh.
I mean, they probably have the like, because you have to keep in mind The Witcher 3 felt a little empty, but the way it's built, it's meant to have like decently well healthed enemies that could kill you fairly easily in certain areas, and in the other areas it's meant to be puzzle mechanics. I noticed that a lot with the Witcher series. Like you'll go to an area and it's mostly empty. You put together all the puzzle pieces and then a wraith spawns or a ghost spawns, and you have to figure out a way to kill it, right? That's typically what I've noticed.
That's cool.
So if they're following the same logic, it'll probably be a lot like that. And it actually is really balanced. It's really balanced for what it is.
All of the enemies.
So you don't have to like coat your blade or something like in
It's
Witcher
a perfect
3?
opportunity to use Ravenous Flow, a perk that damages opponents in an area twice. First
Yeah,
in
because whenever you have to
activation,
fight the race,
and
you have to
then
like do
in the
that shit.
follow-up.
Yo,
right?
W
The new
likes,
race?
by the
Yeah.
way. Please hit like on the stream. Please sub to the channel. It all helps, boys. Look at that channel membership too while you're at it. We got a channel membership as well.
When do it come out? For sure.
I
But,
think
like,
that this
will I
game
finish
looks
the-
really cool. I do. I look forward to playing it when it comes out. I was very skeptical at first, but man, it looks so good. Oh, dude, I wanted to look at this too. Oh my gosh, all the content. All the stuff that... Oh, wait, this is a live stream. That's a live stream.
After a while.
Me. We watched this already. Damn, we already... I am missing an Asmongold clip. Hold on, where's it at? This one. So there was an update to the whole sex slave thing, right? from the JP Morgan CEO or whatever she was.
Yesterday, whenever I was showing this entire story about how this guy accused this woman of, like, you know, sexually harass him and everything else.
Context.
Accused of turning married male broker into her office sex slave. Removed her shirt and racially insulted this person's wife, saying, I bet your little Asian wife doesn't have these cannons. If you don't fuck my brains out tonight, I'm gonna sabotage your promotion. Well, it turns out that that story is probably just bullshit. All it took was one look at this guy's photo from everyone to go from, wow, this is a spicy story, to, okay, this is total bullshit. 10 months ago, Chiaru Rana went to a legal chatbot and asked about suing his former company for abuse, but the key details were different. Rana asked about Morgan Stanley, not JP Morgan. He also made his abuser male rather than female. It's clear that he was workshopping his story. Conclusive proof he's lying. The guy
There it is, huh? So the whole thing was fake.
deserves to have his life ruined. He made this entire thing up just to make this woman look bad. The moron used his own name, and these are public. Wait a minute. So
There you go, boys. The whole thing was made up. So we were laughing at this. At least I was. I thought it was hilarious. And come to find out, it was total bullshit.
he didn't even try to hide it. I was... Wow. Archived. What a fucking idiot. So this is all the conversations that he's done on his own.
So it was a lie. Everything that he said was a lie.
What a fucking retard. No wonder the guy got fired. JP Morgan actually responded to fabrications. Oh my god. The whole threatening his bonus premise collapsed. Hajini reported to a completely different managing director than Rana. She had no say.
Don't you just love it? Don't you just love the internet whenever you have this cockroach that decides that he's going to pull some shit like this and then immediately gets it tore down the next day? You realize that this was a 24-hour time lapse and the internet completely destroyed this narrative, completely overturned it, debunked it, destroyed it, annihilated, deleted, and yeeted the entire narrative where it belongs, in the fucking dumpster, because he's a lying little cockroach.
Over his compensation, JP Morgan pulled phone records, reviewed emails, and interviewed the full team, and found nothing. Rana even refused to participate in his own investigation. Colleague described Rana as socially awkward, but someone who met the requirements to stay at the bank. Before any lawsuit, he tried to negotiate a payout in the, quote, millions to leave the bank quietly, but they didn't bite. He filed the...
Yeah. And it's a good thing they didn't bite, because this guy's a total ass clown and he completely ruined his life.
Court filing, and then his lawyers retracted it for corrections and then deleted it. So he tried to get paid, didn't, and then filed a now new retracted complaint against someone who couldn't touch his bonus. Wild. I feel terrible for her and her family. I hope they sue this guy back.
They should. They should sue the piss out of this guy.
Actually, what I think is funny...
It's defamation, 1,000%.
Is that he got the entire world to read the racial slur that he made up for his...
Yeah, remember, trust but verify, boys. Trust but verify.
His own wife. And he put it in there as if she said that. I hope that something happens to people that do this, because whenever you're fine...
Jail forever. Jail forever. You know why? Because whenever you do this and it becomes, like, super massive all over the internet like this, and you get your ass handed to you by the internet, everybody knows what kind of a little roach you are. No job is going to hire you, because even if you manage to snag a job, people are going to call and harass that job until you get fired there. The best place for this man is in jail. That's why. You go and you ruin your life like this, you need to go to jail. If he's got a family, that family needs to leave him as well, because it's going to be nothing but misery for the rest of their lives.
And you're making false accusations like this, these things do damage and destroy an entire person's life. The dude's ruined? Yeah, I really hope so. I do. It's crazy to see this happen.
Absolutely.
And Kamala Harris...
Okay, let's move on from that. I'm sure we got some new goodies on Floxel. What do we got? Oh, that's right. They were doing this like, was it like something first day? Yesterday? So they were using school buses, which, by the way, hold on, wait. They were using school buses to bus over kids. They were advocating. So this was a protest. They were advocating for people to not go to work yesterday. They were advocating for people to not go to school yesterday, and they were busing children over using taxpayer dollars, by the way, to bus these kids over to locations for protests.
With left-wing groups organizing on a pro-socialist platform.
And you can't tell me that this isn't being funded by the local state government, because whenever you're using school buses and school bus drivers to bus over students, that's tax funded.
Calling to tax the rich. Watch.
The idea that my politics are too radical, I find somewhat laughable. It's not surprising that the Republican Party is going to attack me with that. I mean, these are a lot of people who've never worked a day in their lives. And if they have, it certainly hasn't been with their hands.
He does seem like a deep blue collar kind of guy. I'm not even going to lie. This guy seems mega blue collar. He looks like a damn steel worker.
These are a lot of people who've never worked a day in their lives.
Bro out there cutting logs with one hand.
It certainly hasn't been with their hands.
I think the claims that millionaires are going to leave our state are like super overblown. And if, you know.
How so? It's already happened. It's happening to New York. It happened to Minneapolis. Now they're begging the companies to move back to Minneapolis because of the defunded police and the lack of them going to jail for theft. And now places like Minneapolis are begging for these companies to go back. They have to leave. You can't run a business if all of your shit's getting stolen. How are you going to pay for people if all your shit's getting stolen out of the store? Like, what do you think's going to happen? You just get a magic, like, money doesn't, I mean, it kind of sort of grows on trees, but not like that.
The ones that leave, like bye.
The reasoning has always been from centrist Democrats claiming that people like AOC.
No, they don't. Like they're kids. They don't even know who the president is. Like, did y'all know who the president? Well, I mean, some of y'all probably do now. But like back whenever you were a child, did you know who the president was? Like, I mean, I did because I wrote a letter to Bush and I got a letter back, but that was for school, you know?
People like Zohran Mamdani, people like Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib can only win in deep blue.
I think that the best way to solve this, oh my God. Oh, man, it's too early for this fucking clown, man. Come on. The best thing that they can do is put a cap on how much they can charge you. Like, they can only charge you a certain percentage of what it costs to make the product. That's how you fix this.
Areas. Deep blue areas where the electorate resembles a genderqueer English major that is getting an education in a liberal arts college with 150 other people. Okay? That's not the case.
Some blue cities like Chicago are even disrupting schools to drive student participation, letting them skip class. The Chicago Teachers Union declaring it a day of sick.
Yeah, they had the Chicago Teachers Union leaders down in the protests. I remember seeing that.
Civic action. And as the labor
they called it May Day, is what they called it.
Continues getting traction with young people embracing a pro-socialist platform. One protester doesn't even know what he's rallying behind. Watch.
None of them do. But it's obvious that a lot of them are getting paid to be there, and there's just a couple brainwashed morons that are in the crowd as well. Like, I guarantee you most of them don't know why they're there. And then if you question them and you start poking holes in their arguments, then they get mad at you and run you off.
Socialism. You believe in socialism?
Not necessarily. Kind
Do you know what socialism is?
Not really.
Yeah, because you know he's totally there for the protest. He's totally not there to skip out on school, right? Surely.
Really, not too much, but yeah.
Saturday.
It's bad enough that our education systems are cooked, and now you got these damn idiots down there. Don't tell me that's a fucking communist flag, bro. Again with this communist flag. What is that?
Really, not too much.
No, that's not a communist flag.
Yeah.
Saturday in America host Kayleigh McEnany.
What is that flag? It looks like a cogwheel with a feather in it.
Is here now. You know, Kayleigh, I look at this and I really miss Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
I mean, he was somebody who was on the campuses in the most effective way possible, which is why I think they took him out, why they executed him. He was effective in pushing back on what the left has been trying to do. They've had a captive audience for decades with indoctrination, and Charlie and Turning Point were providing that answer.
Well, the issue is that they're turning to these kids now because the adults that are in the room know that what they're advocating for is dog shit. That's the issue, is they're trying to spawn camp now.
Campus, weren't they?
Yeah, and Charlie understood that while this is a failed ideology, it's also a potent one.
Yes.
And it's one that has to be countered. I mean, I've heard others say, oh, Zoran Mamdani, Katie Wilson laughing this off. It's socialist. It's just deep blue jurisdictions. No, this has an appeal to young people who feel otherwise maybe displaced or economically disadvantaged. And this is why it's so important to teach this. My mom said back when I was in school, they taught about the ills of socialism. Now we let kids skip school to protest essentially on behalf of socialism. Boy, how we've changed. And
Yep, that's what they do.
It's insidious when 68% of the Democratic Party says this is...
It's hypocrisy at its finest. I had a lot of commenters that are like, oh, socialist dog, socialist that, and it's like, and then I had other people saying, calling us Nazis and commies. What do you think the Nazi regime did prior to them killing a whole bunch of people? What did they do in the media prior to killing a shitload of people? What did the Nazis do? They alienated them and turned them into monsters, so that way they could justify killing them. Yet I see communist flags down in Minneapolis protests. I see communist flags in a lot of these protests, funny enough. Like the No King's Day. It's interesting to me how we're the bad guys, yet these people are using bad guy tactics like bussing in kids like terrorists and using them as shields. Don't you think that's interesting, guys? It's interesting how the same tactics that they're using are the same tactics that terrorists are using right now in Iran. That's funny how that works, isn't it? The Nazi regime using the paper to alienate and monstrify people of opposing political views and color and race, ethnicity, religion, so that way they could justify killing them. That's interesting, isn't it? It's all kind of lining up, isn't it?
A positive ideology. It's an ideology that's been tested. It's not some faculty idea. It's one that's been tested in practice and failed every time it's been tried.
I'm always reminded of one of my very favorite sayings, which is when the pupil is ready, the teacher will be there.
That's right. There's nothing new under the sun. Not a single thing that's new under the sun.
Kind of what you're always talking about. The fact that, once the mind of a young person is opened up to something, if you're not there to teach them the right thing, somebody else is going to teach them the wrong thing.
Yeah, I always say, if you're not teaching your kids about socialism...
You're right. They're not being shot at or bombed in America, but they are being put in front of the crowds, just like that baby that was there in that stroller back a few protests ago, where the baby ended up getting accidentally pepper sprayed, and the parents are crying and bitching and complaining, my baby got pepper sprayed. Well, why is a baby at a protest? Why is there a baby at a protest? Like, why would you, what? Hello? What are we doing?
Virtues of capitalism, boy.
They use rubber bullets. They use smoke grenades. They use flashbangs to disperse crowds whenever they start rioting, which is mostly almost inevitable unless they actually depend on being peaceful, which, history seems to just repeat itself over and over again. We saw it in Minneapolis. We saw it in New York. California. They took over the freaking interstate. Like, come on.
Somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, and I know you guys are all over this. Fox is all over this. The reporting yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. Mostly peaceful while they throw peaceful bricks off of an overpass onto police cars. Those aren't bricks of hatred, guys. Those are bricks of peace.
Behind this that have $2 billion in funding, and it's being used in this manner. I keenly listened last week when Chip Roy said to me he's been having conversations with the administration.
I agree. You shouldn't have a gun at a protest, and you shouldn't have a child at a protest, period. Straight up. There is no reason for either.
PLC might have just been the tip of the iceberg, and that they are actually looking at these Marxist socialist networks of groups and their connections.
Bricks of peace is cocaine. Dude, I love that. Bricks of peace is cocaine. I feel like if it was cocaine, there'd be a lot more people that would be less violent, maybe. Oh, maybe not.
I really hope we see more litigation on that front if there is wrongdoing, because we've got to go after these organizations. If they're engaged in any sort of nefarious activity, he wouldn't go more than that. But there is a definite suggestion that these networks are being looked at.
Kaylee, let's broaden it a little bit, though, because this...
What are you talking about, bro? You can't bring a gun onto school property. You can't bring a gun into a hospital. If it has a 30-06 or 30-07, you can't bring a gun onto that property. Get the fuck out of here with the Second Amendment, with that bullshit. It should be the same thing for protests. The same fucking thing. Oh, but the Second Amendment is just something you can abide by. Individuals have the right, like if you walk into a Walmart with a gun strapped onto your hip, even if you have a license to carry, they can still ask you to leave the property. Fuck out of here with that. You're talking to a Texan, bruh.
Is getting through in elections because we now have a list of socialists that I have said that the Democrat Party is now officially the party of Bernie Sanders. These are candidates running on the platform that 10 years ago Bernie Sanders was saying it and people were laughing it off. Now candidates are getting elected. It's not just here in New York City with Zohran Mamdani, Katie Wilson out in Seattle, Anna Lilia Mejia.
Oh, there she is. I was getting worried, darling. What happened? I hope everything's okay.
In New Jersey, who won Mikey Sherrill's seat, she was a moderate, and Mejia is now...
Can you really? You can own an RPG in Texas? Hold on, wait a minute. This is like... Hold on, wait. Can you own an RPG in Texas? God bless America, boys! Yes, you can legally own a rocket-propelled grenade RPG launcher in Texas, but it is highly regulated as a destructive device under federal law. Ownership requires regulation with the ATF, a $200 tax stamp, passing a background check, and a fingerprint. The launcher must be registered in the National Firearms Act NFA registry. Bro. I know what I'm doing for a stream one day. Yo, what?
Possibly the most liberal far-left member of Congress. And then, of course, you've got the oysterman, Graham Plattner, who's a neophyte politician that has a Nazi tattoo and wants to abolish ICE. Hassan Piker, that's been driving it, getting more and more traction with young people. And, of course, AOC, that if you think about it, AOC was really kind of the first...
No video or audio? Okay. You want video or audio? Can you own an RPG? Oh. Can you own an RPG in Texas? Where's the audio? Can you own an RPG in Texas? It's not playing the thing. Oh well, Google it yourself. You're on your phone right now anyway, right? Just Google it.
Major win, if you will, for Sanders taking over the Democrat Party.
That's right. And Rachel makes a great point in saying if you're not teaching your children about this, someone is. You brought up the fantastic point today that preschools are teaching about social justice. I started thinking about my 3-year-old who can barely put a sentence together, and thank God his school doesn't engage in this.
Yeah, you can. I wonder what it takes to get a tank. What do you have to do to get a tank in Texas? Owning a tank in Texas is legal, treated similarly to heavy construction equipment or specialized vehicle. You must purchase it from a private dealer. Ensure the main gun is demilitarized, disabled, or properly licensed as a destructive device via the BATFE. Oh yeah, no. So you could have a tank that fires as long as you get it registered. Just like the RPG. Bro, I'm going to be building me some toys here. Holy. You just wait.
There are schools that are.
Bro, we'll be rolling up the fucking block in a Panzer, baby.
That's what they do in Cuba, Kaylee. That's what they do in Cuba.
Exactly right. And it's so subtle. I was watching a pop culture series, one of these series you follow show by show. I ended up stop watching it because midway through, they were bringing these socialist ideas forward.
Oh, do you need insurance on the tank?
So bright and
oh, that's a good question. Wait a minute. If you own a tank in Texas, do you need to have insurance on it? Yes, you can legally own a tank in Texas, but insurance requirements depend on whether you are referring to a military fighting vehicle, armored vehicle, or an underground, above ground. Oh, the fuck? Yes, if you own a war tank in Texas and intend to drive in public roads, you must have liability insurance if the tank is only used off-road or at private events. Insurance is not legally mandated by the state, but it is highly recommended to protect against liability and damages through specialty insurers. That is insane.
Shiny. The girl didn't have health care, and it was a sad story. And she gravitates towards taking on the higher ups and the elites, which makes sense on a surface level until you dig down and realize Ken Griffin is creating 15,000 jobs permanently, 7,000 jobs with the project, and you run the billionaires out, you run the jobs out, the wealth, the taxation, the charitable income, etc.
What's the response? Though,
yo, W viewer, man, that's like the best duo right there. You got Asman on the TV. And then wait on the phone. Bro, W viewer. Make sure y'all hit like on the stream. Go ahead and sub to the channel. I'm not Asmongold, man, but I want to be like Asmongold when it comes to finances one day and not have to rely on places like Twitch, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, and all that kind of shit. I'd like to be like that one day. So like every day that y'all sub and y'all keep showing up. Just showing up does wonders. Feel free to join the membership if y'all want. It helps out whenever the streams get demonetized. Or 18 plus. It happens quite a bit. W constant viewers just hitting just showing up, watching the stream, and hitting like does more than enough. W viewers, by the way, we're here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Every day, yeah.
Trend, and I mean it's always been there, but now we're seeing them take power.
Yo,
what
W,
should the
darling.
right be doing?
I think the answer is where you began. Charlie Kirk understood it. And the people that Charlie Kirk trained, Andrew Colvett, Tyler Boyer, Erica, his wife, who sat with him and his brilliant ideas every day, this organization is the home. They understand how to appeal to young people. They're on campuses. And this
Not a single one of you have said anything you don't want to want it to be. You just want to meet ride. It's not relevant that your dictator is actively trying to take over a handful of countries. Yeah, if you scream death to America and Western culture, don't be surprised when we show up and start bombing the shit out of you, or we capture your president. Hell, we ain't even at war with Cuba, and they already roaching the fuck out. They already releasing political adversaries. Yeah. W. Donald Trump. Do you have anything to add to the current conversation, though? Like, could come back Could come back. How's that a dictator? You do realize that he was voted into power, right? And that in 2.5 years he'll be voted out. Well, actually, he won't be able to run again, though. I'd probably vote for him if he tried to. I'm not gonna lie. I would vote for him. I like what he's doing. He's doing what's in America's best interest, and if you don't like it, then sit there and cry about it while Trump continues to make W's. I didn't even read that. I just kind of hovered over it. Could come back. Well, that must take it in a lot of mind power to write that. Are you good, man? Are you good? You good? Anything you don't want to do, so it's not relevant that you're dictator. It's not relevant that there's a global. I mean, I'm not the policeman. I'm a YouTuber. You're on a YouTuber's channel at the ass end of the internet. For why? What do you think sitting here and saying this in my chat's gonna do? Dude, I don't have any ties to the FBI or the world powers. The hell are you doing here? I'm just a content reaction channel, bro. Like, what are you doing? Why are you acting this way? You're acting like a bozo right now. Like, is this all you have? Is just, oh, well, you're not talking about this. So angry, aggro, rah, 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 rah. Like, what's wrong with you? See, this is a good way to get banned right here. See, now, if I was still in my dictator-like shoes, I'd have just permed you instantly. But I believe in a democracy. You know, the thing that put Trump into power, where everyone went out and voted? He actually got into power the way that, you know, the country works. Now, I know that we're not really 100% a democracy, but I think that the way Trump got into power kind of shows that we're also not a democracy. And you know what? Sometimes that's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? By the way, if you're new here, sub to the channel. I do this every day from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, so please stick around. I was even here over Easter. Woo! Bro, that jumped to 100%. What about the Epstein files? What about them? I covered the Epstein files nonstop whenever all that stuff was hitting. And you know what happened with the Epstein files? Nothing. You know why? Because the information is so vague in those files, and most of it's so redacted that nobody can come to terms with anything. I don't know what you want, dude. If they had anything in the Epstein files out of 6 million files that was condemning to Trump, let's say, you know what, in a magical fairy tale place where Donald Trump decides to step out of power because he's compromised by the Epstein files, you know who will run the country then? J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance going to do the exact same thing that Donald Trump is doing right now. That's what this is really about. You don't care about the victims. You don't care about the people that were hurt. You care about pushing your weird-ass political goal. You don't care about the victims. Hell, the only reason why everybody knows the victims' names now is because of people like you that just wouldn't leave it alone. And they accidentally leaked all the victim names. Like, you don't care about the victims. You never did. It looks like this guy is cooked. A dictator is somebody that tries to run for a third term. Is somebody who takes away Medicaid and Medicare for the old to cut taxes and get it to themselves. Sues the IRS? What the fuck are you even talking about, dude? Is somebody who tries to run for it. You do realize that Trump isn't running for a third term. He said he wasn't. It's an internet meme. You are falling for AI-made content and internet memes. Congratulations, you might be stupid. And now you're banned, so you're somebody else's problem now.
This is why the left is endeavoring to create an organization to take on Turning Point. We have to start there. We have to fill schools that do not engage in this activity with our students, and we have to try to fix the institutions that are there by withholding donor money from institutions that engage in this.
So this is not just protesters. You actually have Democrats in power who are sort of acting on a lot of this stuff. The Department of Justice is still uncovering examples where the previous administration, the Biden administration, actually used the Justice Department to actually go after people based on politics.
Yeah, Trump is like a massive entertainer, bro. Like, I think that Trump is funny. I love what Trump does, man. It's so funny how he trolls these people and they just fall for it. It's just,
tell us
it's
about
crazy.
Some of that.
I could not believe, I could, but yet I still could not, this 557-page report. I woke up in the middle of the night 2 nights ago. I couldn't stop reading it because everything we have covered on this network, from the parents being targeted to the priests being targeted.
Yeah, like and sub to the channel. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Every day I'm here. Check out that channel membership too.
The radical traditional Catholics.
If for whatever reason I don't go live, it's because I caught another dumbass suspension for some bullshit reason on YouTube. So if you go to the channel description, you check out any of those links. We have a Discord. You can go check it all out. All of it. We're here every day. If I don't go live on YouTube, it's because of YouTube's bullshit. I'm live somewhere else. Guaranteed.
I sat across from and interviewed. We now have the text messages that went on in the DOJ behind this. We have documents. I found a document where a prosecutor was calling Christian pro-life views culty. This is what they think of us. And the question that I have is this.
You know, look, I'm not a big like religious person. I really don't like having it shoved down my throat. I'm sorry, but I have been put down too much in my life and lived through too much dirt in my life to get on my hands and knees and pray to anything. I'm sorry. I that's just not me. But I would much rather live under a Christian Western style culture than a Muslim or any kind of these other cultures where they like beat you for not having a headscarf on correctly, or they don't allow women to walk out by themselves. They need a man present. I don't really think I want to live under a culture like that. I'm sorry. If you don't like Christianity, then go to a culture that has that. That doesn't have Christianity, and you can see how it works there.
How far up the chain did this go? Were these rogue prosecutors? Was it?
And it doesn't even have to necessarily be Christianity. Like there's Baptist, there's Catholic, Christian. You know, like anything that involves those, I'm like down for it. Honestly, I just don't want to live in an oppressive society where they beat you and drag you around and kill you because you're out past curfew or because you didn't have a man that could walk you somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like. I don't really want to be in that kind of society. It doesn't really fit my lifestyle.
Orchestrating it? Was it Joe Biden orchestrating this? How far up the chain did this go? Because you look at these examples, this seems coordinated.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
I agree with that. Religion shouldn't be in politics, period. But if I was to pick one, well, I mean, all flights canceled. So Spirit's going out of business. Spirit's getting cooked. They're done.
Spirit Airlines is ceasing operations overnight after bailout talks with the White House broke down. The low-cost carrier leaving thousands of workers and travelers in a major bind. Chanley Painter has the details. Good morning, Chanley.
Hey, good morning, guys. So earlier today, the company announced it was going out of business and ending its operations immediately, telling passengers to not even go to the airport, saying, quote, "To our guests, all flights have been canceled and customer service is no longer available." Despite the company's efforts, the recent material increase in oil prices and other pressures on the business have significantly impacted Spirit's financial outlook. With no additional funding available to the company, Spirit has had no choice but to begin this wind down.
There it is.
This morning's announcement could impact hundreds of thousands of travelers and reportedly some 17,000 employees. Through the month of May, some 9,000 flights and 60,000 potential passengers are now impacted. Plus, the airline would have had 1.8 million seats to sell and would have had some 300 flights per day. Spirit's shutdown comes after a deal with the federal government could not be finalized and as the budget carrier struggled to get back on its feet after a second bankruptcy in less than a year. According to the Wall Street Journal, the airline had been seeking a $500 million lifeline from the Trump administration. The president said this yesterday.
Well, I guess we're looking at it. If we could do it, we'd do it, but only if it's a good deal. But if we can't make a good deal, no institution's been able to do it. I said, I'd like to save the jobs. We gave them a final proposal.
Well, now other major carriers are stepping up to assist stranded Spirit workers and passengers, including Frontier Airlines, who tweeted, quote, "We are ready to support customers who may be impacted if Spirit Airlines ceases operations, with a focus on helping people continue their travel plans with low fare options."
There it is, boys.
United and American Airlines say they are also ready to help. American says it has capped ticket prices.
This is going to happen regardless because they want to defund the Department of Homeland Security. TSA is under the Department of Homeland Security. Just so y'all are aware, this was going to happen regardless. If they want to defund the Department of Homeland Security, it would have defunded TSA, which would have defunded the planes regardless. This was going to happen. Let's not make this one way or the other. This was going to happen. This was inevitable as long as the government stayed shut down. A partial shutdown anyway. But the Democrats want to defund the Department of Homeland Security. Did I say the DOJ again? Why do I keep doing that? I meant to say the DHS. And they want to, and in doing that, they will defund TSA because TSA is under the Department of Homeland Security. So, even though it's not being funded right now, what the Democrats want to do will automatically defund it. So either way, this was going to happen. This was going to happen.
On routes where it directly competes with Spirit to help limit disruptions, guys. Back to you.
All right, Chanley. Thank you,
Thank you, Chanley.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
Why should they defund ICE? Why should they defund ICE? I think ICE is doing a great idea. It's doing a great thing, genuinely. I think ICE is doing a wonderful thing. Fuck that. And you know what? If they still don't want to come to the table and do it the right way, then let the bitch stay shut down. That's how it is, man.
Welcome back. The FBI cracking down on illegal voting, charging 4 non-citizens in New Jersey for lying on their voting.
If you don't want to come to the table and you want to sit here and continue to be a wrench in what the people voted for, then let it shut down. And I blame the Democrats. I do. I blame them. Spirit Airlines going out of business because of them.
And then casting their ballots in multiple general elections. They later allegedly made false statements when applying for US citizenship.
Push.
Director of the FBI, Kash
how's it
Patel,
going?
adding that non-citizens voting is a federal crime, period. And while other administrations may have looked the other way in the past, those days are over. Let's bring in Fox News contributor and retired NYPD inspector Paul Morrow.
Oh, it's Appalachia
host
TV.
Of the great weekly rap sheet on Fox
Let's
Nation.
go on Appalachia
Good morning,
TV.
Paul.
Hope you're doing all
What do
right.
you make of this? I mean, it's interesting. Director Patel points out that past administrations may have looked the other way. They're not going to. This is an
No, Spirit's for poor people, man. Like, Spirit's actually really good for like saving money. I'll say that. I'll say that. Spirit's really good for saving money, but
interesting case out of New Jersey. But do you think this is something?
But at the same time, you can't defund the Department of Homeland Security and immigration officers simply because you're not getting what you want. Like,
maybe we see more of.
You know?
I think we will, Griff, obviously, obvious political reasons, especially going into the midterms and then, of course, the 2028 election. We should be clear. There is actually a federal anti-voter fraud task force formed at the federal level out of the U.S. Attorney's Office in New Jersey, and that's where this case comes out of. Now, that is not uniform across the country. New Jersey is somewhat unique with that.
That is true. Like, if if you can't keep your business afloat without the taxpayer dollars, maybe what you're doing is wrong and you should recalibrate your business. That is very true. Like, if that's the case, then you know what I'm saying? Like,
Other states that do enforce
it's like the
against it.
daycare fraud that was going on in Minneapolis. If you actually had people there, then you wouldn't be forced to shut down because you're no longer getting taxpayer dollars. You would just be using the childcare there to do that. Like, what should have happened if they were running actual daycares in Minneapolis is, okay, well, they cut the government funding. I'm running a nice, upstanding daycare. I'll just raise the prices. That's what would have happened. But let's be honest. They didn't get shut down because the taxpayer dollar. They didn't get shut down because the taxpayer dollars were cut off. They got shut down because they were fraudulent. That's what was going on. That's why the FBI is raiding them and arresting people like crazy, and charging them and putting them in jail.
This kind of stuff in different ways. But I wouldn't be surprised in light of the fact that they got to this case and these 4 people are innocent until proven guilty. We recognize that. But nonetheless, they brought this case. They have put out press releases. They publicized it a bit. And, you know, we hear these things about, oh, you know, let's not overstate these things. These things never happen, et cetera. I think what they're looking to do is to set an example here to have a prophylactic effect so that this kind of thing, we chill this kind of thing before other people think it's a good idea.
It's somewhat shocking, Paul, that stopping illegal aliens from voting in our federal elections isn't a wholly bipartisan issue, but obviously we live in different times. Let me change gears.
Dar? Who is Dar? The hell is this guy even talking to? There is spirit on the ground, separation of church and state. Not you. I don't know. That was weird, bro. It's just weird.
Because I want to get to this because I think it's important, and that is Kathy Hochul, New York's governor, is getting behind these new proposed anti-ICE measures, and we can just sort of show you on the wall here. It includes a near ban on police cooperation. That means no more 287G agreements, banning ICE.
I saw his name too. I know who you're talking about. Why can't I ever find these people whenever I'm trying to look for them, bro? This is annoying. Oh, here he is. You're ignorant. I think that guy's just... Oh, no. MAGA are the people I wouldn't tell where any Frank Wood hiding is full of Antifa. All of MAGA is dumb and racist. KKK, slavery, MAGA, Nazis, all right wing. What are we going to do with this guy, man? What are we going to do with him? Got a problem child in chat. We got a cockroach in chat. What are we going to do with this cockroach? B-A-N. I'll let chat decide. Ban it. Man, oh man. Damn, it looks like it's just sitting right at 75% too. It looks like you might be banned, sir. Well, one less person I have to deal with. Hooray. Hide user on channel. Bye-bye now. Have fun.
ICE agents from wearing masks, expanding areas where ICE would be restricted, and even consideration for new legal tools that would allow people to sue.
Yeet it into the stratosphere. That's right. Yeet it and delete it, bro.
Agents like
Yeet it
ICE
and delete
agents.
it.
Your take.
Well, a number of these things are almost certainly unconstitutional. For instance, they want to put through a law that the ICE agents can't wear masks.
We're going to let that one cook a little bit more. That bun ain't done yet.
They're not going to be able to enforce against ICE agents who are operating under the color of federal law. So what's going to happen? We're going to end up with all this wasted time and money relative to litigation on these provisions, which they almost certainly know in many instances they're going to lose, not only the masks, but there are some other provisions here that they're just not going to be able to enforce against the federal government. The other thing here, too, and including, by the way, holding federal officers civilly accountable.
Yeah, no, they don't need to integrate that. What they need to do is they need to use the United States military and the National Guard, and they need to lock down the entire country and go door to door and round up all these fucking criminals and all these illegals that are here, deport the illegals and airdrop those criminals in on a little St. James Island. By the way, that's the Epstein Island, and turn that bitch into a supermax prison. That's what they need to do. I would definitely be okay with paying more taxes if that was going to happen. This place would be a paradise after that. They can use ICE to, go around and try to figure out what exactly is going to happen to them. They can use all the ICE agents instead of like putting them in the individual cities. They could be using them to, I don't know, I guess like stamp the books and get them yeeted out of the country. That's what they should be doing.
State level. But additionally, they've put in proscriptions against local law enforcement from cooperating with the federal government under almost any circumstances, even in situations where there is criminality among people. In other words, illegal immigrants would have more protection. As
you know what the best part about the United States Constitution is that it can be altered. You can just fix that. You just fix the Constitution. You can add and remove constitutional rights anytime, as long as there's enough votes on it.
Traditionally been afforded American citizens relative to cooperation between the two branches of government regarding illegal activity. Once again, a constitutional issue, but also I got to wonder how this is going to impact things like the task forces that are
You're not beating the fascist claims wanting police state to go after your political rivals. I hate to break it to you, but if you come here to this country illegally, or you're not a third-generation immigrant, you shouldn't be allowed to vote, period. You know why? Because if you're allowed to vote and you're from a foreign country, you end up with what happened in Minneapolis, where they bunch in a shitload of immigrants in order to take votes and push people up into political power like Ilhan Omar and put her in the Senate. I'm sorry, but you're not American if you're only here for one or two generations. You're an immigrant. Your family didn't bleed for this country to make sure that flag kept all 50 of its stars. Why should you have any rights in this country, period? It's a privilege to be here. When did it stop becoming a privilege? Like, hello? When did coming to this country become less of a privilege and more of a right? Just because you're born in a foreign shithole doesn't give you the right to move to a different country. Maybe if you stayed in your own country and fixed your own damn country, you wouldn't have a reason to flee it. Unfounded nonsense. You are saying the same stuff that was used against my Irish ancestors? The fuck are you talking about, Schizo? What are you talking about, bro? Irish ancestors? Can you be more specific? Sorry, but if you're not an American, you probably shouldn't be in politics. That's just how it is. You know what happens if you, well, let's say that Hitler came to America and tried to run as the president of the United States. You don't see how that's a bad idea? You don't see any problems with that guy? Well, let's let Osama bin Laden come to the U.S. and run as the president of the United States. Hell, why stop there? What the fuck? Are you not aware the Irish and Italians were also heavily discriminated against in the 20th century? Fuck the 20th century. We live in 2026. We live in the year 2026, guy. We don't live in the 20th fucking century. Nobody was discriminated against in 2006. Hate to break it to you, but in the year 2006, no one really saw skin color. That's why you have Robert Downey Jr. playing as a black man in Pineapple Express. It's this mentality that causes racism right here. If you come from a foreign shithole and your country is so much of a shithole that you can't even have a political, like, anything without killing people because you've got, like, a blood feud with the same people in your own country, you probably shouldn't move here and be in politics because you don't even know how to run your own fucking country. Why should you be in politics? How does that make any sense? Oh, but the guilt from 20 years ago. Oh, no. Oh, my weakness, my kryptonite. Oh, the racist slave owners, how could they? Oh, I'm supposed to feel bad and not say what I'm saying and let my country be colonized by foreigners. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. I've never been racist in my entire life. I've dated black women. I have had plenty of black friends in my life, bro. You were in the wrong fucking comments. I'll tell you that right now. I have never owned a slave. My grandfather never owned a slave. My great-grandfather never owned a slave. I don't know what to fucking tell you. We live in 2026, bruh. Like, what the fuck? Oh, that's the wrong person. So the fascist regime in Italy that let... I don't give a fuck about Italy. I'm an American. I don't care what happened in Italy. That's y'all's problem. If you fled from Italy, here's the thing. My fiance is part Romanian. Her grandfather fled from Romania during the overthrow of the government. And you know what happened? They overthrew the fucking government and they got a new government. You know who's still in America? Her grandfather. You know why? Because he learned English. He learned how to assimilate. He didn't push his religious views on anybody. He goes to church every week. He assimilated with our culture. When you bust in a bunch of fucking people that don't want to assimilate and hate Western culture and Western ideology, why the fuck are you here? Why are you here? You sitting here causing problems with everybody. That's not assimilation, guys. That's colonization. Let's call it what it is. Now, if you come here, you learn to speak English, the national language. Thank God somebody's got the fucking brains to do it. And you assimilate with Western culture, and you are a taxpayer, you go and work hard like every other American, guess what? You're not a foreigner to me, you're an American. Just stay out of our politics for 3 generations. That's it. 3 generations. And then your 4th generation, that child can run in politics. And then if you become a politician, you have to renounce all citizenship to foreign countries, period. This is how you get traitors. This is how you get people that will flood your country, destroy your country, kill everybody in it, and then move out. Like, hello? These people would never fight for us. They say it themselves. Your argument against the Somalian immigrants in Minneapolis is the exact same as the Irish and the Italian immigrants. They're literally you know what? You're not even worth the time and effort, brother. You not. Or guy. You are not. So let's just go ahead and flood the country with a bunch of immigrants and allow them to continue taking out of the taxpayer system to the point where the entire system goes belly up and nobody gets benefits. You won't be able to go to hospice centers. You won't be able to get disabled funding. You won't be able to get daycare funding. Let's just do that, because you know that makes sense. This guy is just an idiot. What are we doing with this ass clown? I'm sure a lot of y'all are rolling your eyes at this dude, bro. Like, holy shit. What a fucking joke. Oh, but the Irish, Italian, no. I don't give a fuck about that country. We're not Irish, we're not Italian, we're America. This is America. Welcome to America. We're not Germany. We're not Russia. We're not Iran. We're not Israel. We're not Italy. We're not Irish. We're America, bitch. Stop trying to compare this best country in the entire fucking world to every other place in the world. You're gonna fail every time, man. I don't know what to tell you. Irish and Italy immigrants came. That is true. They did do it the right way. They did this thing called immigrating legally. Like, how could you expect somebody to move to your country and be in good faith with everything they do in their daily life when they do it illegally? They enter the country under bad faith intentions. Why the fuck would you expect them to do anything in good faith? They're breaking the law being here. Like, what? Hello? And you're cooked. See ya.
So important in law enforcement, the Joint
What a waste
Terrorist
of time.
Task Force, Joint Bank Robbery Task Force, Joint Organized Crime Task Force, where you bring state, federal, and locals together to enforce. Are all those going to go away now? You have to ask that. This is really wrong-headed, very immature, and it's all politicking. But unfortunately, this is New York and expected to pass.
It's a great point. And in the 287G agreements with the sheriffs and local jails cooperating with federal authorities has been around for decades. All of a sudden,
they did integrate. I got to hand it to the Irish, the Italians, and the, I'm going to say the Asians, no disrespect. Those people in general, the fact that they assimilated so well into America, welcome to America. Seriously, welcome to America. Glad to have you. If we could get rid of 3 or 2 illegal alien immigrants that are here taking taxpayer dollars fraudulently, we could just deport them. I would be so down to take in one person that will gladly assimilate with America and become a hardworking tax-paying citizen. I would. 100%. Hell, I might even do a 1-to-1 even. I might even be down with that. You come here to America, you learn English, you learn to assimilate, you don't cause any troubles, you don't steal, you don't loot, you don't pillage, you don't riot, you don't take part in protests that are waving communist flags. Welcome to America. Especially if you're a soldier. If you fight for this country, welcome to America. Welcome to America. And you should be given the same privileges that I think should happen to normal veterans. You should. Anyone that's willing to die for this country, welcome to America. Hello, American. Not foreigner, not immigrant, not African American, not Asian American, not motherfucking Somali American. Welcome to America, American. Take the color and the race and the ethnicity out and call it like it is. You're a fucking American, like the rest of us here. Welcome to America.
The Democrat Party wants to get rid of it. It makes absolutely no sense when it comes to safety of any given community. Paul Morrow, great insight as always. Have a great Saturday.
Thank you, you too.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full
Oh, was it Tropic Thunder?
On
Oh, fuck, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Was it Tropic Thunder? Oh, my God, no. Oh, fuck. He's totally right, too. I remember, I don't know why I said Pineapple Express. It was Tropic Thunder. Oh, fuck. That was my bad. That was my bad. I don't know why the fuck I said Pineapple Express, bro. What? Fuck. Disgusting. I have to wash my mouth out with soap now. Blech. It was Tropic Thunder that Robert Downey Jr. was in, where he played as a black man. What a time to be alive, by the way. Bro, if a movie like that came out now, oh my God, the libs would be mercilessly screaming. Oh my God, dude, we'd never hear the end of it. Never hear the end of it.
So with that, let's bring in State Department spokesman Tommy Pigott. As President Trump has pointed out, Tommy, it's been very difficult when you wipe out the entire top level of leadership of Iran in terms of like who you even negotiate with. But it does seem like the president has found people to negotiate with. Those negotiations might be a little bit stalled, but at least they're dealing with people. Where are we right now with those negotiations?
There shouldn't be no damn negotiations. You know they're not going to say anything that's going to be worthwhile. Why are we still dealing with this shit?
Well, look, as the president indicated, we are in a situation where talks are ongoing. We're continuing to engage. But the president is not satisfied with what he has seen. And he has been crystal clear about the objectives here from the beginning of this operation, but also from the beginning of this administration.
Did he actually win Best Black Male? No, there's no way.
Even before, and that is the reality that the Iranian regime cannot be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. And the decisive outcomes we've seen from Operation Epic Fury have already made the world safer. The fact that we've seen the decimation of their military, the decimation of their navy. But President Trump has been clear he's going to see this objective be fulfilled, that the Iranian regime cannot have a nuclear weapon.
He was nominated, but it wasn't for the Best Male Actor. Best black male actor.
Obviously, the game changer here has been his handling of the Strait of Hormuz. Everybody is paying something of a price of having the strait shut down. I would argue that no one is paying a heavier price for that right now than Iran itself. Where are we in terms of negotiating a way to reopen the strait?
Well, 2 points here. First is the fact that as part of Operation Economic Fury, we are seeing the Iranian regime lose hundreds of millions of dollars.
I'm not surprised. Like, you have to have the right mindset in order to play. Like, you have to be that character. And that's kind of why I think the films industry will never be like what it once was. When you have actors that are just so tied to that character, where, like, for example, in Django, whenever the actor like slammed his hand on the table in Django, and the glass actually went into his hand because the another actor moved the glass over. Like that acting, he kept a straight face, followed his lines, and started wrapping his hand up. Like that style of acting, that mentality can't be taught at a college. It's just not possible. That dedication is just not something that can be taught. It's learned, and it's kind of like I don't know really how to describe it. That would give it really, you know,
part of that, the fact that we've had maximum
good
pressure
intentions.
sanctions to make sure that they cannot have funds to fuel their illicit activities. That has been something that's been going on from the beginning of this administration and continues, including recent announcements from the State Department and Treasury Department this week on that. On the point in terms of the Strait of Hormuz, the Secretary of State describing just a few days ago how we're not going to be in a position where we normalize the Iranian regime thinking that they can decide who goes through the strait. That is not going to happen. The president having that blockade of Iranian ships in Iranian ports, we're seeing that, but also the president unleashing American energy, building a strong and resilient economy, and we're seeing many tankers actually come to the United States to buy American energy. So the president's been very clear about his objectives here, and has also been very clear and why it's so important to have that unleashing of American energy to make sure that we can produce our energy here at home.
And so we know from reports on the ground that obviously the people of Iran are suffering incredibly from the economic, the country being on the verge of economic collapse. Do we have any real evidence that the regime itself is actually suffering as badly?
Well, you've seen, as the president's indicated, the first string of leadership, the second, the third, all being killed by Operation Epic Fury, the decisive outcomes that we have seen.
Bro, they're so scared they can't even let the new leader out, man. They gotta kiss up to a damn cardboard cutout of their supreme leader. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen, by the way.
Operation Epic Fury. The regime for decades.
You notice how all the AI videos that were coming out stopped when Sora went under, I mean? Isn't that kind of funny? Sora went out of business, and then the AI videos stopped getting pumped out.
Using their wealth to fund water infrastructure, energy infrastructure, food infrastructure, has instead used it to fund terrorist proxies, that ballistic missile program, their nuclear weapons program. That's part of why we've seen that maximum pressure policy. Those problems that they had before this operation began have only gotten worse. Inflation, economic problems. The president and the Secretary of State have both described how we want to see the Iranian people be prosperous, but they have a regime that is so different from their people in the sense of a regime that is this theocratic, lunatic
No, that's what they were doing. They were using a cardboard cutout, bro. That's what they were doing. I'm probably not going to find it now. There you go. Thought I was fucking with you? No, it's real. It's real, bro. I wish I could make this shit up. I wish.
Regime that we've seen for decades that has not met the needs of their own people and instead used it on destabilizing activities. So we have this maximum pressure policy. We're going to address their ability to fund these activities. We're going to be clear in our objectives like the president has. And we're seeing these problems that are the regime's own making because they refuse to address the needs of their people.
And of course, it's probably important to remember that even before Operation Epic Fury, there were protests in Iran, and those protests...
It upsets me that I lack the ability to make this shit up. That's what upsets me the most about this whole thing.
Sprang up because of economic uncertainty inside Iran, facing, with protests against the regime. Tommy Pickett, thank you so much.
Paper leader, right?
Breaking it down for us.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on
Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. As always, thanks for spending some time with us. Well, it's May Day. Did you celebrate? Well, it means it's another excuse for the left.
Ain't feeling that one. Fox News highlights. Oh, Trump confirms Iran talks are continuing by phone. Wait a minute. I don't think we saw this one, right?
The brutality of the Iranian regime on display once again. They executed another young
Bro, give me a fucking break with this. Are you kidding me?
protester.
Meanwhile, President Trump confirms talks to officially end the war have been ongoing by phone, and he's standing firm on his red lines.
Madeline Rivera joining us now from Washington.
That's what I said. The only way we win this war and the only way it makes it worth is with the removal of the IRGC. That's the only way. It's crazy how the entire world is cracking pressure on these on the IRGC, and they're still killing protesters. That's crazy.
Washington with the very latest. Good morning, Madeline.
Hey, Maddie.
Good morning. The human rights activist news agency says death sentences against political prisoners in Iran have intensified since the conflict began on February 28th. And among those who have been put to death, a 21-year-old athlete from Isfahan. The agency said...
Yeah, it's more like the yeeting and deleting of their military toys. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, we pretty much were a parent that walked into a child's room and said, you know what, you haven't picked up your toys like I asked you to, now they're all going in the trash, and then proceeds to pick them up and throw them away. I mean, let's be honest here.
Sazan Junakani was executed on Thursday after he was arrested during the protests back in January. The alleged execution comes as the U.S. and Iran struggle to reach a deal. Iran's state news agency says a proposal to end the war was sent to Pakistani negotiators earlier this week, but President Trump calls Iranian negotiators disjointed, indicating there are several factions within the regime that want different things.
Iran wants to make a deal because they have no military left, essentially, and they want to make a deal, but I'm not satisfied with it. We have great respect for Pakistan and Islamabad. They're working with us. They continue to work with us, but the trip is a very long one, and we're doing everything in terms of negotiating.
Russia can't do shit. Russia's already dealing with the Ukraine. Russia's not gonna get involved with Iran like that. Not like by sending over troops or anything. They're not going to do that. They can't. Like
right now, in terms of
they don't want to spread themselves too thin.
Telephonically.
Per a Fox News poll last month, about 55% of voters oppose military action in Iran. The president, though, received cheers at the villages in Florida Friday when he told the crowd Iran can't get its hand on a nuclear weapon.
You know, we're in a war because I think you would agree we cannot let lunatics have a nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No, like they go and kill their own people 45K strong for having a protest. Like, nah, bro, no. If they get a weapon, they're just gonna do the same thing to the rest of the world. Nah. I always wonder that too. You goddamn straight, baby. You goddamn straight. That's right. No, we're not done yet. We gotta hear it again. Gotta hear it again. Listen to that awesome music. That's right.
The president also addressed the cost of gas during his remarks, obviously a huge talking point. The president maintains those high prices will come down when the fighting in the Middle East stops. Charlie, Rachel, and Griff.
All right, Maddie. Thank you very much.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, be sure to like and sub on the channel and on the stream. We're here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, every single day. We have a Discord, we have Kick, Rumble, Twitch, X. We live on everything. I upload to everything. Stick around. We're going places, hopefully. I was hoping for one more Fox video. They are defined by hatred for Trump. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are. I agree with that. 100%.
So when you hear Hakeem Jeffries, who wants to be Speaker of the House, announce that everything's on the table, including the Supreme Court, in addition to the egomaniacal way that is put forth and so on, what the hell does he mean? They're going to pack the court with like-minded ideologues and turn it into their personal Politburo? Is that the game here?
Look, sadly, that's exactly what he means. And today's Democrat Party, look, they're
turning into anti-American, like, crazy people. I mean, let's be honest here. We all know what's happening.
Defined by hatred for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And they
it's because he's orange. Who's really the racists here?
President Trump so much that it has driven them to crazy town. It has driven them to embrace every extreme left-wing position on immigration. They are full on open borders. The Democrats, I think, will never again vote to secure the border. They'll never again vote to fund ICE. On law enforcement, they are full on abolish the police, release the murderers, release violent criminals, release gangbangers.
They don't like our tangerine warlord, guys. I don't know why they don't like him. He's such a great, like, symbolism of America.
On issues of sex and gender, they're for boys and girls sports and men and women's sports, and they're for taxpayers.
Allison, how's it going, Allison?
To sterilize and mutilate kids and giving them sex change operations. I mean, every one of those are extreme positions. They're literally 90-10 issues that the Democrats have decided, let's grab the 10%.
What is really terrifying about this, and I want y'all to think about this when you go to bed at night, I want y'all to think about this, is that even though it's a 90-10 issue, somehow they still did it. I want y'all to let that sink in. Even though it was a 90-10 issue, they still did it.
And their focus is, it is hatred, it is extremism, and part of that extremism is the rule of law does not matter to them. If they get control of the White House, the House, and the Senate, they will end the filibuster, they will pack the U.S. Supreme Court, they will make every illegal alien a citizen and a voter. They will make D.C. and Puerto Rico both new states.
Hey, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. It wasn't me. I didn't say it. It wasn't me. I didn't say it.
They will do that to seize control forever. They will strike down every voter integrity law in the country, every photo ID law in the country, because the Democrats have made a decision that
they've made a decision that Americans are not the people that they're trying to go with. They want someone like Hassan Piker that advocates for anti-Americanism, communism, and thinks that America deserved 9/11. They're not choosing to go with Hassan Piker because they go with some of his beliefs. They're choosing to go with Hassan Piker because they believe in the same damn things. That's why. This is a blatant form of colonization, modern day colonization.
What matters is they seize control. And look, it's their hatred for Trump they use to justify all of this, which is that they say he's so bad that we're justified doing anything, trampling the Constitution, trampling any semblance of democracy in America, as long as it keeps the Democrats in power.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now.
We gotta move on from the political stuff. We're gonna wind down with a nice body cam video. I'm an ex-firefighter. I was a first responder. So like I like doing that. And I'm not only saying this for the people that are new here. I like reacting to the body cams. I gotta be extra careful when it comes to YouTube and their fucking stupid ass firearm policies. Fuck them, by the way. Let me get off this main page here. Okay, there we go. We might leave it up to a vote today. Oh wait, maybe not. Well, man hits pedestrian while fleeing police. See, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about right here. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about right here. Holy God. Armed suspects lures police into ambush. What? I can't watch that one. I don't want to take another vacation. I don't want to take another vacation, even if it's body cam footage. I just don't want to deal with it. I just don't. Sub to the channel, hit like on the stream on your way out if you're going and coming back tomorrow for more political stuff. I'm live every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, every single day, guys. So trust me, I'll be on the same thing tomorrow for a little while. Same thing the day after that. I'm doing it every day. Check out the Discord in case I catch a vacation. We're gonna watch this one. Then we probably get a roll. Then we probably get a roll up out of here for the day.
You're good. No, man.
See, like, what we need to do is if somebody does this, we should have it to where, like, the area clears up, right? And then someone just takes the car out with a missile. Like, we shouldn't even fuck around with this. Like, I say this all the time. Whenever you're running from the police, you can cause an accident whenever you go across the lights. Every time you go across a four-way intersection and cross over the lights, instantaneous attempted murder charge. Every time. Every light that you go across, it's another attempted murder charge with however many people are at that in the intersection. Like, if you want to sit here and put not only your life in danger by doing this, and you put other people on a roadway in danger, and you put this cop in danger because you want to do this, just clear the road, missile, done. Tactical strike him. Get him out of here. Yeet him and delete him. Get him off the road. Permanent.
It's a fictitious plate. Can I have the channel, please? We're now northbound on Main, Passion National. Traffic's light. Speed's about 50. Speed's increased.
Yeah, a drone would work too. Yeah, no. A drone, that would be a good idea.
We're still north on Main.
Look at how empty this road is. I mean, shit. No, you could have some marshmallows in the car, make a little bonfire off the wreckage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, let's be honest here. You could use an electronic device to disable it. You could do that. But you know this person's only going to get a slap on the wrist, and they're going to be out doing the same thing again. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the 3-strike system should be in place. You do this once, like look at it this way. A 3-strike system is a great idea. If you commit a crime that's something like this, and my 3-strike system would be different. Mine would be 5% of your life. So you take the average. Now here's the thing. You take 5% of the average lifespan, and you take 5% of that for doing this, and you put them in jail for that. I'm not done yet. If they come out and they do it again, 15% of their lifespan, then they go in for that 15%. And then if they do it again, all of it. Problem solved. This shit goes away overnight. 100%. Like, they're going to end up in jail anyway. Just put them there. You know what I'm saying? Problem solved. Oh! Motherfucker! And that's why, dude. And that's why, right there. Right there. That's the reason why. Look, there's pedestrians, that car right there, bro.
They've crashed out. I need medics. They hit somebody.
Bro, I can't tell you how many times I've had to hold somebody's face together on the fucking pavement because of this shit. It's so fucking annoying, man. It's so goddamn annoying, bro.
They're running. They're running on Sweet Potato. The crash is at Main and Sweet Potato. I'm gonna attend to the injured.
You see, this is another reason why I think that all cops should either be paramedics or EMTs. Because, like, she could have just grabbed her bag out the back and started, like, every second counts when you're on a scene like this. Every second counts, man. And having to sit there and wait for the fire department to show up, it's precious time wasted. They could have like a backboard in the police cruiser as well, or maybe on top. They can backboard them and have them ready to go by the time the ambulance shows up and stuff. It's just so much time.
I have one trapped, 2 passengers down.
Jen, it's my wife. We're taking a walk. That's my sister. Jen.
Whenever you have a scum-sucking piece of shit in your community that does something like this, that runs from the police, I don't care about that piece of shit. I care about the community members that are going to be affected when somebody loses their wife, their child, a family member in a car accident That's who I care about. I don't want to pad the world because of these schizos. I want to either condemn them to capital punishment, or they should be in prison for the rest of their lives working off the debt they owe to society. That's where they need to be.
Okay. Please, God. Please, God. Please, God. Please, God. Jen.
I'm going to do compression, sir. Sir, I'm going to do compression.
Keep going.
For you.
Keep going, babe.
Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going.
You want it down here more, sir?
Okay.
Compression. Can I take over, please?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Come on, babe. Good. Keep going, babe.
Sir, I need you to key up for me.
Watch that.
Key up on this button here, please. Hold it. No.
This one?
Inglewood 311. I'm going to need several other units to respond, please. Multiple medics. It wasn't breathing. I did compression.
Thank you so much.
Can you take him somewhere, please?
Come here, sir.
Yo, W Fire Department, go get them, boys.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Give me a second.
Okay.
They came from the plant from the corner.
I lit him up. That plate comes back to something else. I was calling the pursuit out, and I was just about to cancel because he started. He came out of the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Anybody in the car?
They all took off running. I watched him hit both of these girls. They went in the air, and I tried compression.
You got a dog coming?
I can ask him for one.
Man.
Do you want me to call for a dog to get these tracked?
I'm not worried about the dog right now.
Okay. All right. Can you guys help out responding to find? They ran in that backyard. He's got tattoos.
I'll call for a dog.
They're running.
I don't know if we'll get one, but
He's got a white T-shirt and tattoos.
white man?
Well, he could be Hispanic.
That could be somebody's grandmother, somebody's mom. Like, just imagine if that was a single parent because their husband died and now they're dead because some piece of shit decided to go and flee from the police. That's why I just don't have any tolerance for this whatsoever. Airstrike them into the pavement and be done with it. I have zero tolerance for this.
If we got a dog, we don't want to get on the tracks.
Yeah. If you guys want to just create a perimeter for now.
Okay. Probably need some more cars.
Who's this?
Where did they come from?
We were walking with them. Me and him were behind them, and that car just slammed that other car, and me and him just were right at the right angle where they missed us. Oh, mother of God! Oh my God! What happened with the car?
Do you think this man deserves to have to deal with any of this? Do you think the family members that he's hovering over and crying over, you think they deserve that? No.
They all ran. We're trying to get a dog to track them
I
down.
swear to Christ, if this dude has a rap sheet that's longer than a CVS receipt, I'm gonna flip shit, bro.
Oh my
This is
God!
so sad.
This
sucks.
Can I get in the ambulance with her?
This makes me very angry.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me talk
This
to
is
them.
awful.
I don't think they're going to let you ride with them. Your two that are gone were walking, and my car I was chasing hit them and hit them in the air.
Okay.
That's husband. They're all family.
Okay, so all from one vehicle, though?
No, they were walking.
Oh, they were walking and got hit?
Yes.
Okay.
These are my people that ran.
What's that?
These are my people that ran. There was a dog in the car. I don't want too much scent contamination because I'm calling.
Oh, look at that sweet time. Point me down.
They never should have been a protected class. It's insane to me that somebody does this and they get a slap on the wrist. Did the guy actually get away? You know he's going to do it again.
Car. There's a meth pipe on the ground that fell out when they jumped.
Okay. All right. I'll hold this until we get word on the dog.
Okay. I stopped it because it comes back.
Hey,
to another.
are you good? Are you good? You're good.
No, man, I'm not.
No. You're good. Here. Yes. It's all right. It's all right. Okay? It's all right.
It'll be okay. Okay. It's all right. It's okay.
Man, I tried to save her.
It's all right.
See, I don't want to live in a world where we got to worry about this. I want to live in a world where when somebody decides to do this, they get eliminated from the gene pool, and it scares the other people around him that want to do the same thing into not doing it. That's the kind of world I want to live in. I want to live in a world where I can go to the fucking store and not have to worry about being robbed. I don't know about y'all, but that sounds like a damn paradise to me.
Together. If not, I understand if you need to walk away for a minute. Walk away, okay?
I want to live in a world where I could walk on the publicly paid for fucking sidewalk and not have to worry about being killed by some guy trying to run from the fucking police.
I knew it was a car. Like, I knew it soon.
Can you go take a minute?
I'm alright. I'm alright.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm okay. Which one of you saw it?
We actually did.
Okay.
As soon as I heard it hit, I ran out here.
I was trying to get the ring.
It didn't come up.
It didn't show.
I saw those poor people walking by our house because the dogs were barking and my girls were outside. They were
Cops don't get nearly enough money. That's what I'm saying is like they need to bring back the average wage that they were making prior to this defund the police bullshit. And what they need to do is give incentive programs like they do with firefighters. Well, for firefighters, you have to be at least a minimum EMT firefighter, firefighter basic training, which you go to college for. But I feel like they should do the same thing for police, where the higher up you get, like if you are an EMT and they make that the requirement in order to be a police officer, they should give incentives for going from EMT to paramedic, like more money. That's what they should do. That's what they do for firefighters. I don't know why on earth they wouldn't do the same thing.
I was just trying to take a bad guy off the street.
That bastard ran. Does this man need anything? Can we take him anywhere?
You're more than welcome to talk to him.
I was allowed to walk because I'm sure it's a crime scene.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking community that this does. Like, look at everyone, dude. This sucks. This sucks. All because one piece of human trash wants to sit here and do this. It sucks, man. It sucks.
I will send him up this way. Please stay out of that yard entirely. I've called for a canine, but there's drugs over there. Just please stay away from it.
Did you tell our neighbors I can message them?
If you can message them, please stay in their house. Stay away from the windows. You guys as well.
Nobody should have to deal with this. I've seen what this does to communities. I lived it. For fuck's sake, like I've seen this firsthand. I was a first responder, bro. You know how many of these I've showed up to? It fucking sucks. All because they don't want to put these people in jail where they belong. Bro had no remorse for what he did. He knew he just ran over 3 people. And you know what he did? He got out and ran anyway. Fuck that, man.
The porch. I need to get him.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Sir? Yeah. The lady on the porch said that she will help you guys with whatever you need. Okay. A ride, anything you need. Are you trying to look for your phone now?
Yes.
Okay. You said it's a red case?
It's a red case.
If you guys want to go sit up with them, I will look for your phone.
This is a mess.
No victims have been pronounced dead as they are still in critical condition. While they're taken to the hospital, officers get a K-9 on scene to track down the 2 suspects that fled. The K-9 quickly gets locked onto their scent and starts tracking them.
Eagle 311, Harry K-9 starting.
Oh, please tell me they get this sorry piece of shit. Bro, please tell me.
He's around the street somewhere. There's a red bar on this backside. Swim this way?
Yep.
Hey, get down!
Get out! Get out now! Get on the ground!
Hold on, killer. Hold on, we can't. It's kind of skewed. Is that? Was it 2 people?
Inglewood 311 got them both.
Man, let Kudrow get some snacks, man. Go on, let him go. Let him get him some snacks.
Sucker boy!
311, I need another unit for evidence collection. Knees to your chest. Sit up. Stand up.
Right there, don't move. You got my money, please. I know who you are. Knees up. Stand up. Yep, pull my pants up.
What? One of the cops knows him?
You got my money, please.
Big fucking surprise. A laundry list fucking receipt. A laundry list criminal record, huh? Why are they out? Why are they out of jail? Why?
Money. Please. Will you grab my money right there?
You're both under arrest and going to the car.
What the? For what? Under arrest.
You know, because they ran, they should immediately get murder charges. 100%. Both of them.
For what? Hell no. Man, hell no. It's crazy. For what?
Do you think somebody like this can be rehabilitated?
What are we being arrested? Man, hell no. It's crazy. For what? What are we being arrested for?
Leave them here with me.
Just that we're
get your car. Come up here. Put them out. What's back here in the?
I took everything out of their pockets and then.
She said we're being arrested.
I think there's a bag of some stuff over there.
Yeah, because they.
Nah, you ain't gonna rehabilitate somebody like this.
You got him?
Nah.
1635.
Point that way, you're facing. Good job. Sorry if I walked in front
Greatest
of you.
feeling in the world. I needed this. To see something like that, I needed this one. Thank you very much.
Please help me.
Kingwood 311. I need some assistance out back.
She's out there.
They're hyperventilating now. I didn't tell them that they killed 2 people. Now they're
Oh my god, dude, what? Ah, damn. Son of a bitch.
There's meth pipe in the car. The car is stolen. Comes back to something else. That's why I lit it up. The one has a 35. Now we're playing games.
Come on.
He just.
They know they just hit 2 people. There's no way they don't know they just hit 2 people, bro. I cannot believe these sorry sons of bitches just killed 2 people, man. Oh my god, bro, what? Oh, fuck, man, fuck! Man, punch that sorry son of a bitch square in his fucking nose and put that bitch in jail where he belongs.
You got medics in the car. Stand up. Stand up.
If I say what I do now, I'd probably end up being investigated by the FBI. Let me just go and let this play.
See if that other guy's alive.
Inglewood 311. I need a medic. They said they ingested meth.
Hey, bud. Stand up. Stand up. You good? Just sit up. Just sit up. Just sit up. Your shoulders broke? All right, just sit right there. Just don't lean over like that. Keep still breathing.
They're both.
If you want to go to the hospital, hey, wake up. Sit up here. Give me an 18. And then he accidentally took.
I think a sternum rope would do him some good. I genuinely do.
Jesus, 30.
Even you know what really sucks? Now they got the goddamn fire department out here dealing with these 2 fucking clowns. They got the fire department out here dealing with these bozos again. How much taxpayer money's being wasted towards this shit, too? Oh my god. Ah!
I'm gonna give you an IV and you're gonna get some Narcan to get rid of that fentanyl you accidentally took. Straighten out, dude, straighten out. Right, don't do that. But I'm telling you, I don't want none. Well, it's not up to you because you keep passing out, so we're not gonna do that. I'm not passing out. Yeah, you are. Put your arm out here. Did you get my money? Man, look at that. You're awake.
Seriously, what you're gonna ask
That
me
quick.
right now?
That's the only thing. How much fentanyl did you take?
Absolutely. Do you want that song? It's on.
You get a break.
A total of 5 people were taken to the hospital after the crash. The 2 suspects for showing signs of an overdose, the 2 females who were out for a walk, and the driver of the vehicle the suspects crashed into. One of the females out for a walk was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Oh, fuck.
While the other suffered serious injuries but survived, likely due to her
Oh, jeez.
husband and the responding officer giving her compressions. The driver of the vehicle the suspects crashed into also survived with minor injuries. The 2 suspects were identified as 32-year-old Walter Ilofsky and 34-year-old Roy Crackle III.
Bro has the most racist last name I think I've ever seen. What the fuck? Hello? Man, that generation of Crackles, man, let me tell you what.
The driver, Walter, who was
Let me guess. Both of them have CVS receipt length fucking criminal backgrounds, right?
Freaking out and yelling, tested positive for fentanyl, amphetamine, xylazine, and methamphetamine.
Holy shit, bro's a goddamn medical clinic. Damn, he's the local pharmacy.
The other suspect, Roy, the male who was really concerned about his money, was charged with failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer. While he is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law, the other suspect, Walter, was charged with failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer causing serious physical harm, felony involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide with a suspended license.
Get him, boy. Get them.
Counts of failure to stop after an accident, aggravated vehicular assault with a suspended license, vehicular assault from reckless driving.
Holy shit! Oh, this has to stick, right? Surely.
With a suspended license, aggravated possession.
Oh, man, dude, like, I want to see the bottom of that list for looking ugly, felony charges for looking like a piece of shit, felony charges for just existing. Like, dude, just make some shit up. Put him in jail, bro.
1 or 2 drugs, possession of fentanyl-related compound, vehicular manslaughter with a suspended license, operating a vehicle while under the influence of methamphetamine, and operating a vehicle under the influence.
Holy shit!
Of failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer causing serious physical harm.
Oh my, wait.
Voluntary manslaughter. Both.
Oh, they both are getting charged with this. Oh, W Police Department.
He was convicted on the charges of failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer causing serious physical harm, felony involuntary manslaughter, both counts of failure to stop after an accident.
Bro, what? Yo, they got the aggravated vehicular homicide and the aggravated vehicular homicide. They got both of those taken off. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? What?
Accident, vehicular assault from reckless driving with a suspended license, and aggravated possession of Schedule 1 or 2 drugs while all other charges were dismissed.
What the fuck?
He was also indicted for a separate incident on the charges of grand theft auto and breaking and entering. He was convicted on the grand theft auto charge, while the breaking and entering charge was dismissed. For all.
That's it. He was sentenced 25 years and 9 months for killing somebody. I guess somebody's life is worth 25 years and 9 months, guys.
Convictions. He was given a prison sentence of 20 years and 3 months to 25 years and 9 months. His driver's license was also suspended for life, and he was ordered to pay $7,000 in restitution.
Now, early in my career, back in 2000...
Oh, yeah, because you know he's totally going to pay that. He's totally going to pay the fucking restitution. That's totally what he's going to fucking do. Guy doesn't look like he's ever held a fucking job in his life.
Charge was dismissed. For all convictions, he was given a prison sentence of 20 years and 3 months to 25 years and 9 months. His driver's license was also suspended for life, and he was
Oh, yeah, because you know that stopped him the first fucking time. That stopped him from getting behind the wheel and running over somebody and killing them. That worked so well the first fucking time, right?
operating a vehicle under the influence. He was convicted on the charges of failure to comply with the
order. What is this, brain dead? Like, oh my dude. That makes me so angry. I can't even lie to y'all how angry I am right now, bro.
He was convicted on also indicted for a separate incident on the charges of grand theft auto and breaking and entering. He was convicted on the grand theft auto charge, while the breaking and entering charge was dismissed. For all convictions, he was given a prison sentence of 20 years and 3 months to 25 years and 9 months. His driver's license was also suspended for life, and he was ordered to pay $7,000 in restitution.
Yeah, he's totally gonna pay that, right? He's totally gonna pay the $7K, right?
Now, earlier
that is so fucking irritating. Oh my god.
Back in 2000, we lost an officer in Philly. He was chasing someone on foot, and another responding unit hit him. 3 days later, he was gone. He left behind a wife and a daughter. Now, I'm going to be real with you. This one got to me, and it's not because of what I saw, but because of what it turned into. There's a moment here you hear the officer say, "I'm going to do compressions," and her voice gives just a little. That right there, that's the job most people never see, holding it together while you're falling apart inside.
Oh my fucking god, bro. I just fucking can't. I can't, bro. I can't with that shit, bro. I'm so fucking irritated by that. You have no idea. You have no idea. Oh, I've got a headache now. Oh boy. Here comes the pain. What the fuck? Oh, that is so aggravating. Bro, we need to start putting these damn judges in jail. Biden era bias. Oh man, that'll be fun to watch at some point. All right, guys, we rolling up out of here. W constant chatters, W likes, W subs, W donos, W channel members. Y'all are all so awesome. If you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. We're here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. If there's ever a day where I'm not on YouTube, it's because they gave me another bullshit suspension. I always pop up the next day on any of the other channels. So just go to the channel description, check out the links there. There's a Discord as well you can join. We're here every day, boys, every day talking shit about a bunch of idiots that need to go to jail. Hold on. Let me get my music going. And let's do this one. You know what? I don't want this one. All right. Let's stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Stay away from crazy people who might end up pulling you up and making fun of you. I'd hate to pull up a green chatter for that. I don't want to see you guys get permed. I think I've said just about everything. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. You never know. And make sure y'all have a good rest of y'all's Saturday. All right? I will see y'all tomorrow. W chat. Peace, boys.
So instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want